What an excellent day for a podcast is not for the weak of heart. It contains explicit language, roller coaster-like tangents, and the occasional breakout into song. All opinions expressed are just that, opinions, and belong solely to those who speak them. Listener discretion is advised. Spoilers ahead. I heard a voice.
Oh, did I X my video? Wait, hold on. There I am. Oh,
in the words of Longlegs, there he is.
There he is.
What an excellent day for an August. You'd like that?
What are you, fucking nuts?
I want you to pray to your God. I want you to pray that he comes and saves you.
Do I look like someone who cares what God thinks?
Welcome, horror fiends, to a long overdue Talking Some Damn Horror. And this time, we have a man that's a real jack of all trades. He's a writer, director, actor, producer, cinematographer, ski transient, and gardener.
Ski transient.
But aside of that, we actually have a lot in common. We're a couple of guys with a love of horror that started way too young. We both have our mothers to thank or blame for it. We have a particular fondness for the man behind the mask and under the sack. But most importantly, we hate talking about ourselves. So of course, that's exactly what we're going to do. Along with our special guest host, EdFap superfan, coffee connoisseur, and actress in the upcoming film Loose Ends, Victim No More Part 2, Jamie, aka SpookyBrew. Please welcome the creator of the Victim No More universe, Bob Heckman.
Oh man, that was solid intro. Oh, take a few breaths.
Can you tell what I just watched this morning?
I don't know, man. But how did you listen to the commentary to more DVD? Because I probably said on there that I hate talking about myself.
I actually don't. Maybe I caught another interview. I honestly don't remember.
Maybe.
I actually, as I was saying it, I'm like, fuck, was that him or did I hear that from somebody else?
I have no idea. But I'm not a fan of talking about myself, which explains how bad I am at promoting to raise funds for my projects and stuff. So, but I mean, there's people that are like, used car salesmen. They're out there like, hey, this is why you got to watch this movie. This is great. And blah, blah, blah. And I'll tell you why. And you're going to get this perk and this, and get a line in the movie. And I'm just like, watch if you like it, You like Jason,
exactly.
Check it out.
We jump right into talking about ourselves. That's how I am with the show. The whole idea of your typical YouTuber or whatever, I don't have that gene into me. Like, hey, don't forget to smash that like button and it's like
that bell.
But I understand it's part of the game, and if I want
to
do this,
it is part of the game, which I never really had an interest to use the films I'm making to as a stepping stone to get in the industry, because I know what a nightmare that would be for me and be an anxiety and trying to make a career out of that. And I'm just like, this is a hobby through and through. I just want to make the movies I want to make and put out some entertainment for my friends and family and fans of the genre. And if they like it, they like it. They hate it, they hate it. As long, at least I did it. And I, giving myself a smile. But I'm such a people person when people usually want to say, or compliment me or tell me they enjoyed my movie and stuff like that, I usually, I thank them. I'm extremely grateful. I love it. But then I usually well, tell me, where are you from? What are you doing? I want to know about them.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm a social butterfly.
So basically, you're a filmmaker with the whole Field of Dreams idea. Just keep making shit, and the people will come.
If I can afford it, I will continue to do it.
You build it, they will come.
Yes. There'll be a little bit of a break after this film comes out because, whoo, man, did it cost me some money. So
I can imagine.
yeah. So I always have to like spend a year recouping, building up those bank accounts again.
Yeah, because I mean, you're still working a regular job in the meantime too, correct?
Yes, I work, regular. Well, it's not 9 to 5; it's 4 to midnight. Job for the last 11 years, but with New York State, I've been working for 20 years, and in 9 years, I'm counting down the months to retirement. So I'll be retired in 9 years, and and then people will be like, "Oh, you're still gonna be young and get another job and do a part-time thing somewhere." I'm like, "No." I'm like, when I'm done working, I'll be 60. I'll be done working, and I just want to travel, make films, do my thing, and enjoy life. Because I've heard too many stories of people working their whole lives, not being able to enjoy life. They finally retired, and then they die
2 weeks later.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what? No, I want to enjoy life.
60 is pretty early, so that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah. I'm hoping. Well, we'll see. In 9 or 10 years, what's my health going to be like? I mean, I am drinking a lot of Diet Coke, So. But I gotta start. Well, I should have started already paying attention to eating better and not as many French fries and
At least start contemplating a salad once in a while.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am. So I'm like, yeah, I should look into kale someday, but we'll see.
I should look into tasteless things that we're supposed to eat. But anyway,
so I guess we'll go with the beginning. Like, what was the movie or what was that moment that you decided you were a horror fan?
Ooh, I'm going to say probably seeing Helloween on, if you're in New York, WPIX.
Oh,
when it first,
Channel 11, right?
Channel 11.
Yep.
When that kind of premiered in like 81, like I was 6 years old. Yeah, so it was probably 1981 or 82 that I saw Helloween, and I was just completely blown away. And my mom really liked horror movies, so she was kind of like not helping there by like letting me choose things out of the library or the video store, renting things. And I remember renting. Well, I remember seeing Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3 on TV first. But I would have to say seeing Night of the Living Dead for the first time was the first movie as a child that I watched that did not have a happy ending. Friday the 13th or Halloween or whatever, usually the bad guy gets killed by the final girl or whatever.
At least in the moment.
Kind of a happy ending, Yeah. But Night of the Living Dead was just like, oh my God, the main character gets shot in the head and killed, and you're just like, your whole world is just flipped because I'm like, oh, this ain't no Disney movie. I was like, wow. And it affected me. Like it actually, scared me that a movie could end like this.
He survived hell and then humans had to get in the way.
Of course. Yes. So it kind of freaked me out, but I kind of like held on to that where I was like, ooh, like movies can have an effect on people like this. They could like, the range of emotions that can, it can instill fear in you. And so I'm just like, ooh, I'm like, all right, what can scare me next? Ooh, The Shining with the twin girls in the hallway, that creeps me the hell out. I'm like, what's the next one? So my friend Tommy and I, we really bonded together at, 7, 8, 9 years old, whatever, trying to like renting horror movies from the video store. They didn't care how old you are. They just wanted, business.
They wanted their $3.
They wanted their $2 or $3, right? So we were always like looking for the next thing that could like be scary and creepy and stuff like that. But along the way, you're just admiring filming. You're learning. Yeah, of course, I love all genres. I love. I grew up with Star Wars, and I'm a Star Wars kid, and Jim Henson, and sci-fi and fantasy and all that. But horror was always the one that I was like, if I'm going to make something, it's going to be a horror movie because it just seems like it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Then you're 10 years old, and then that Scream Greats Volume 1 Tom Savini thing comes out. You watch that a million times, and you're just like, oh my God, this is the life right here.
I want to be him. I want to be him.
Yeah, I want to be that guy.
So
and you start, making effects with your friends and trying to, film backyard movies and stuff. I dragged all my friends into that. And once in a while there would be a friend be like, well, let's play basketball. And I'm like, nah, I'm not into sports. I'm like, how about if we just dress up like zombies and chase the other friends around? You know?
All right, how about zombies playing basketball?
Yeah, how about
that?
zombies playing basketball? That's that. There you go. Z-ball, you know. So.
Which, yeah, so I guess that was going to be my follow-up. So where did that initial spark for the filmmaking part of it come in?
I guess once I got my hands on a video camera, that I got a video camera for Christmas of like 91, and then right away trying to make something. So I would make little like shorts, and it would be like horror shorts and sci-fi shorts, like and goofy, silly things with my friends, like I said, in the backyard or whatever, or around the neighborhood. And then, once college happened and everything, that got in the way. Life gets in the way, and you have to, or relationships. And then eventually in 2000, I think it was 2000 or beginning of 2001, my friend Rob Harrison and I, we decided, like, let's start a company. We started going to conventions, the horror conventions. Fangoria Weekend of Horrors was like the only one around once a year. So we went to that, and we saw that people were making their own movies. And that's where I met Chris Seaver, who did...
which I was going to get into at some point.
Yeah, that's when I met Chris Seaver 25 years ago. And he kind of inspired me also to like, yo, you have an idea, just, do your thing. Like, so Rob and I created this company, never copyrighted or anything, but Ranch Steer Films, and we made 5 shorts in the span of like 5 or 6 years. And we were getting ready to like create our first feature length, and like life got in the way again and things got messed up. So I took another break, and dealt with getting married and, divorced and whatever.
So you learned your lesson too.
I learned my lesson. So
We all did.
yes.
See, that's something we all have in common.
It's something we all have in common. And it's funny, you're wearing a shirt with Amy Steele on it. And she's such a dear friend of mine. And, and we, call and text, and we hang out at shows all the time when we can. She's great. Last year, me and a couple other people like treated her out for her birthday because like she was at a convention like on her actual birthday, May 3rd. And I was like, well, I'm taking you out tonight, so we got to celebrate this. But she's so sweet. She's so great. But she was like one of the people that were like there for me when I was like getting divorced.
Okay.
So we would just be driving around, and she's like the best thing about it is that, I didn't do anything wrong. I was like 100% in the right of what happened. So it was just great to have just a supportive friend. Like,
and it's Amy Steele.
It's Amy Steele, who's a therapist in real life, and just she retired now, but
so she went full method with Ginny.
She went full.
She forgot
I don't think she knew she was going to get into psychology and therapy and stuff like that later on. But she thinks it's pretty interesting that her character is like a psych major in part 2, and then all of a sudden she followed that path years later. And I'll never forget this. I was at a convention one day, and I was repping Kimberly Beck.
Okay.
Trish Jarvis from part 4.
Yep.
So, and me and her are extremely tight as well. So we're talking, and and I was telling her about like, Amy's character was a psych major, because she wanted to know about. She has never seen any of the other Friday the 13th movies except for the one that she's in multiple times. So she's like, "What's up with her character?" And I explained that she's a psych major, and she kind of like outwits Jason a little bit at the end, and uses it against him, and she's like, "Oh, cool." And then she's like thinking for a moment. And I explained there was another person that was, what's the other final girl that?
Chris?
Oh, Adrian. Well, Adrian.
Okay.
She was, her character is an artist, and then she became an artist in real life and doing the wine thing and paintings and stuff. So I was explaining that to her too. And Kimberly's like, "What was my thing in the movie?" I'm like, "You like to jog around the lake. Do you like to do that still?"
Pick up strange men in the woods.
You pick up strange men in the woods and you jog around the lake. I don't know. But
and sometimes keep Gordon in check.
Yes, exactly. I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway.
I guess we were talking about the parallels between the characters and the actresses.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then I got into deciding like, well, it's now or never time to make a movie. And I was thinking, because I'm friends with certain actors, or I like to call them celeb buddies, like Amy Steele and Kimberly, Catherine Mary Stewart. I'm like, well, if I'm going to make a movie, if I'm going to make one movie and be one and done, if that's the case, I love the Friday the 13th franchise so much. Yeah, I mean, it's my favorite horror franchise. I absolutely adore it. Because of that franchise, I made so many wonderful friends. I'm not just talking about Amy and Kim, just like bonding with friends out there in general. And we'd have like movie marathons and watch them, and people would make Jason cupcakes and shit like that, and just making an event. So I said, you know what, let me make a short. Let me see if I could raise money, make a short. And I had this idea that might be kind of interesting. And originally, Amy was supposed to be the girl at the end of the movie with the shotgun.
Okay, so she was supposed to be Catherine's character.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Amy was supposed to be the one that blows off Jason's arm and takes him down with the rest, which I thought would have been like a perfect full circle thing.
Absolutely.
Because Jason goes back to the sack.
Yep.
In his old age, and it's like perfect. It's like, oh my God, Sackhead Jason's facing off with Ginny for like one final battle or something. It's like, oh, this is great. I'm like, I mean, fans are gonna like flip out. This will be so cool. But right when we were prepping in like March of 2020, what happened
I remember. Yeah, something happened that year.
Something happened. The whole world shut down for like a year. So yeah, so it sucks. So COVID happened. I postponed everything a full year.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, spring of 2021, we'll start filming. And by then I'd asked Amy again, I'm like, hey, are you up for this? And she's like, I'm still not leaving Oregon for like a year. And so I'm like, that's totally understandable. I get it. So would you mind doing the narration at the end of the movie? Mm-hmm. So she's like, oh my God, of course I'll do that. So then I had to call up Catherine and say, and I had originally cut her scene. Catherine in the movie, there was a couple of scenes that were cut out of it that were never shot, which the main kid, Robbie, is trying to find like, a way kind of like to avoid park rangers and stuff like that, to find like a secret path that he can go into the campgrounds without getting kicked out and stuff like that.
Like how the camp actually is.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So
where they got like military guards at the gate. And
yeah,
I've been to Blairstown a bunch of times. I've still never been to the camp, but I've heard stories. Yeah, You do not go there at certain times.
No, I went there 20 years ago with a friend of mine, and we just drove up into the camp, parked, and walked around and grabbed pictures and video everywhere, and we got all the locations and stuff. And then when we came back, a park ranger talked to us and said, hey, I got your license plate number. I know why you're here, because we're wearing Friday shirts or something, or horror shirts. I'm like, it's completely illegal. You can't be here. Just please leave and tell anybody else this is private property. You're trespassing, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay. So I kind of incorporated that into the script a little bit. I was like, well, this kid Robbie probably knows, the camp is like closed off or something, or so in the scenes that I cut out, he runs into like, he's trying to figure out, he's looking on his Google Maps, he's looking at the map, kind of like how he does in the movie.
Yeah.
And he's trying to figure out where to go. And this jogger comes by, that's played by Catherine. And she's kind of like a cougar on the prowl, I like to call it. But at the end of the scene, you find out her name is Mary Jo Conrad.
Okay.
So as Friday the 13th fans know, they know the name from part 3. It's a woman that we don't see, but is brought up, a couple times in a scene. And I thought it would be funny to put a face on Mary Jo Conrad, and it would be Catherine Mary Stewart. So but the scenes were kind of pointless, and it didn't push things along. And it was just like a name drop at the end of that scene. Hi, I'm Mary Jo Conrad, But it was just kind of like, I'm like, so I had to call Catherine and say, hey, I had to cut your scene. And she's like, what? But I'm your special cameo in the movie. And I'm like, yeah, but would you mind playing the Megan at the end who like takes down Jason instead of Amy? So
instead of picking up boys, would you rather kill Jason?
yeah, exactly. I'm like, that's definitely an upgrade. And it's an upgrade for actor also. There's no way. I mean, Jennifer Cook stopped acting right after Jason Lives, so it's like I'm not going to get Megan for that. So it's like, well, we'll upgrade her to Catherine Barry Stewart. And also I said, and plus you could direct, some of the scenes. So, and that was something that she really showed interest in, and like she really wanted to dip her toes into more directing. She had directed a little bit, shadow directed, and she directed her own short. And I said, all right, well, come direct, for the day, And she had a blast doing that. She loved that. She even put some of those clips on like her directing reel.
Okay.
Which I was like, oh, cool. That's all right. So you're proud of this. That's cool. This goofy little Friday the 13th fan film. All right. So that's how Catherine really got involved. And now she's billed as co-director for the sequel.
For the new one. Okay.
For the feature-length, anthology sequel that we're doing. And Jamie, I know you were there when Catherine was directing. Did she give you any notes or anything?
So it was nice because she directed me a little bit. I mean, she basically like came around and like put us in, the position that she wanted us in, where to face and things like that. And then there was the scene where you were my partner, and we were at a table and we were talking, going back and forth, blah, blah, blah. And then you got pulled. So then I'm by myself.
Because I'm in 13 other scenes of the movie when we needed extras.
So, yeah, you're the extra. You're everybody. So,
the bartender, I'm everywhere.
So wait, you were billed over the director? Is that what you're saying? for that one moment, you were above the director? I don't know. Bad joke. I was trying to fluff her a little bit, give her a little extra credit.
Yes.
So she pulled him and then turned me around so that way my face was like facing the camera or the background. And she's like, we weren't really seeing you anyway. We were just seeing like your arm. She's like, now we're gonna see you. And I was like, oh shit.
That's
so
awesome. Yeah.
she's like, just talk. And I'm like, okay. So I'm doing my best to talk to an imaginary person that is, supposed to be in front of me, when I'm actually just looking at Bobby and her while they are looking at the screen, while they are looking at, the actual actors. And she's turning around looking at me and she's like, talk. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying. Like, I don't, it's weird. I've never done it before. And then I'm just supposed to like talk to somebody who's not there. So it was my first time doing anything like that. Then having to actually pretend like, people are not there was a little bit more difficult, but hopefully I pulled it off. She was awesome and super sweet and super excited the whole entire day.
Yeah. Yeah. She was loving it. Yeah. That day in particular was one of those days where, we're like co-directors. So, but that particular day I was exhausted from the last couple of days of directing, and I was just like, this is all you, Catherine. So I'm like, I'll maybe like move some extras around in the back or something. And, I'll say something once in a while, but like, I'm like, Catherine, she's always, a lot of energy and giving 100%, and totally into the project. So.
Yeah, that was a while back. Myself and Danny, we started doing like this little side project where we'll pick 2 cheesy movies of the 80s and review them. And the first 2 we picked out, like the original intent wasn't to have a common theme. We were just picking 2 movies at random. The first 2 we picked out was Chopping Mall and Night of the Comet.
Oh,
so it was
a beautiful double feature.
Well, wait, Kelly's in both of them. So how about if we make that a thing? We find a common thread, probably an actor and an actress and all that. And we've done 2.5 of those so far. But when we were doing that episode, like that ended up being 10 minutes of it. Like, what the fuck happened to Catherine? Like even then we could tell as kids that, yeah, she's got the ability to, be pretty huge. And it's like, she felt like she disappeared after I swear it was like a few weeks after we recorded that. It was like, oh, that new Friday the 13th fan film's on YouTube. And we both happened to watch it within a day or so. And it was like, holy shit, did you see who was at the end? It was like what we felt like we manifested that.
Yeah, you could have. That's funny. Night of the Comet and Chopping Mall. What a great double feature that is, because they're both kind of like horror sci-fi comedies. Yeah, like like a mix of. I always thought Night of the Comet and Night of the Creeps is like the perfect double feature. Yeah, because they both have like a fun tone to it. And they both kind of have different types of zombies. Yep. Catherine she has an incredible career. Like after the 90s, basically, that's when, she got she was married and she had kids, and so she took a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
But it's great because then after her little break there, she would definitely get a lot of like offers from people who grew up watching her. Like, oh my God, yeah. So she would get hired for things, but she's like, yeah, the girl from Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's.
But she does a lot of like Hallmark, Lifetime movies, all kinds of movies. She does a lot.
Yeah, and I remember when we were recording it, we were looking up. It's like, nah, she's been keeping busy.
Yeah,
she just, she didn't grow up to be a horror girl.
No, she was never really.
She was doing it all.
Yeah,
so.
She was never into like horror movies and everything, but she definitely got into them when I said, I want your character to come back for the sequel, and I said I wanted her to co-direct. So she's like, all right, well, I gotta watch these Friday the 13th movies, just like so I know feel of them and get to know them and who the characters are and everything. So
at that point, she didn't watch any of them?
No,
okay.
Definitely. It's definitely not her thing.
Her thing, yeah.
But she watched 1 through 7. She was going to stop at. I said you could stop at 6 because that's where Megan is.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go on further, that's.
You got to see Terry though.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's what I said. I'm like, well, Terry Kaiser, who she loves, like in Weekend at Bernie's and in real life, that's like her favorite of the boys in Weekend at Bernie's. Like she adores him. I'm like, you got to see Terry Kaiser in part 7. And she's like, all right, I have to see that. I'm like,
he's sleazier than Bernie was.
Yeah, exactly. So she absolutely loved him. Like, this is what he did right before Weekend at Bernie's. So she enjoyed that too. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, you could pretty much stop there. Yeah, like if you don't have a desire to watch more. And, and there's been things I've recommended here and there that she'd check out, especially when we were talking about character stuff for this movie. There were certain things that happened in this movie, and, she had a lot of questions, which I really appreciate because it shows her enthusiasm about the story and the characters and what's going on. So she wanted to know, like, background to certain characters and stuff like that. So I would make a lot of, like, well, if you're curious about this, check out this movie, and you'll get an idea of like what I'm going for with this particular character or story thing. So thing, trying to find the right word, and you just go to thing and stuff. The stuff with the things and the.
So that's the other thing we have in common. We chronic brain farts.
Oh.
You're not the only one. I
just turned 50, so I'm getting them way more often. So.
Okay, so I'm slightly above you.
Yeah.
So I got 52 in, I don't know, like a month or something.
We're on top of that hill and we're just going down now.
Yeah. My least favorite part of roller coasters, that last couple seconds before it goes. Yeah. Once we get over the hill, I'm great. It's that ride up that gets me. And
Jamie's lucky. She's still 26. So.
Yeah. Yeah. We wanted to get a youthful perspective on the show.
Yeah, exactly. Look at her. I'm gonna be a final girl on a T-shirt.
and yes, you seem very proud of your Gen X-dom. So I'm gonna if that's not a word, copyright. What an excellent day for a podcast.
Gen X-dom.
So I'm gonna assume it was intentional that Robbie had his Blue Oyster shirt on and he's a Mahoney.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 4 years now. I could reveal this. But okay, so here's the backstory to that. Hanging out with Kimberly Beck, she talked about, I don't know how it even came up, but I said I love the Police Academy movies. It's my favorite comedy franchise.
Okay.
So I got my favorite horror franchise. Favorite comedy franchise is the Police Academy movies.
I'm pretty hardcore about the first 4. After that, I'm a hit or miss.
No, same with me. I love 5 has a very special place in my heart.
Is that Miami or was that the next
Miami?
One? Okay.
Yeah. Because I adore Harrison Proctor's chemistry. I just I didn't even care anymore that Mahoney wasn't part of it. I mean, I did, but I was like, I don't care. I like other characters to keep the thing going.
So you're more Harris as opposed to Mauser?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
But I was talking to Kimberly Beck about how much I love the Police Academy franchise, and and she's like, oh, we're really, her and her husband are really good friends with Steve Gutenberg, and he's like the sweetest guy on the planet, and he's so great, and he lives a couple blocks away and stuff like that. I'm just like, all right. So, and then one day she ran into Steve and took a picture together and sent it to me.
Just to rub it in.
Just to rub it in. And I've met Gutenberg, and he is as sweet as he seems to be on like Instagram and Facebook and everything. So it was in that time that I was writing the movie. So I was just like, oh my God, what if, well, and also Kimberly Beck at a convention, somebody had asked her, where do you think Trish Jarvis went after part 4? Because there's no mention of her or anything like that. And she said, oh, I think Trish probably wanted to help people. So she like joined the police academy. And then she made a joke, or ninja school. She just threw that in there. So because she said police academy, that Trish went to the police academy, I held on to that. And I said, oh my God, what if Trish Jarvis joined the police academy, fell in love with Carrie Mahoney, and they produced Rob Mahoney. Rob, of course, named after the guy Rob who dies in part 4. Mm-hmm. So, that's my little police academy crossover.
Okay.
And yes, wearing the Blue Oyster shirt because he's like, the character could be gay.
Yeah.
The character could be gay and he's wearing a Blue Oyster shirt. But like,
yeah.
Which is why he didn't maybe try to pick up that girl that was smiling at him in the park,
That's why we had to cut it. He ruined it by...
Yeah. So,
yeah, I almost want to see that crossover now. I want to see a dinner date with Trish and Carrie and Tommy and Megan.
And if you look very closely, the scene where Robbie is, looking at the map and trying to figure out where to go, and then he makes like a right turn and drives down the street.
Okay.
If you look very closely on the back of his car, there's a Police Academy sticker.
I guess watch number 5 is going to happen after this.
No, there are a lot of like little things like that in the movie. Like even when you see the front of his car when he drives off, he puts it in gear. You see that there's a little post-it that says Mary Jo Conrad with a phone number. Like. Okay,
I did see some papers in there, but
yeah, I mean it's all very like.
Yeah, my old eyes aren't.
Yeah, you're not going to see it if you're looking at on your phone. You'd have to watch it on a big TV or something like that. But there's like little nods to things here and there. There was 2 podcasts that did an interview like this, and they were like, they had to know the license plate on the car. What does it mean?
I didn't even notice the license plate either. So
yeah, well, it doesn't mean anything. It's just my license plate. It's my car that he's driving around, so it's just my license plate. But
so you got the whole Sam Raimi thing happening now.
Yeah. No, that car died, but it wound up in Chris Seaver's last movie. So
okay.
In Mulva, before it died. So the license plate is GNY, which could stand for Ginny. So it's before he's revealed as whose kid he is, he belongs to. It's like GNY, and it's like, oh, does that stand for Ginny? Like, so the podcast is like, we're like looking at every frame of the movie, like trying to, oh, they saw a Higgins farm. Oh, that means the Higgins family still, like things like that.
GNY 1981.
Yeah, GNY 1981. No, but the other 4 numbers are 7462. And I said, if you want them to mean something, 7462 are like the movies we reference the most in Victim No More. So 7, he's like the rotted body.
Yep.
2, because of, Ginny and the sackhead. Mm-hmm. And 4 and 6, it's Trish's son, and Megan shows up.
Yep.
I was like, all right, if you want to look into it, but don't. It's just my license. Jamie?
Yes?
Do you have any questions? We've probably hung out so many times I've answered all your questions.
Yeah, I think the only thing that I was bringing up to Dave per our text that you sent me, I said the only thing I think that bothers me about Victim No More is that when Jason's killed, when he's killed,
well, yeah, we don't know.
He just stands there and takes it. But I'm like, I guess it's because he's surrounded. And
I think he's confused, if anything.
Well, that's why I said, I don't think that he really has the mental capacity to like really take it all in. Like, I think he was really, really trying to take this all in, as it's happening.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think he's a little bit spectrum-ish. I don't think he knew what was going on.
No, I don't think so either. I think he's just. I think if it gave him another 10 to 20 seconds to process what to do, then I think maybe he would have been like, all right, reach down, throw the machete at somebody and just start like, doing something. But I think he was just so in shock of like that he's getting surrounded when he was just about to kill this kid.
Right. Well, he's never been surrounded before.
The beginning of Jason Goes to Hell, but whether that's canon or not,
a lot of people
kind of has the same
that.
reaction. Yeah, he kind of has the same reaction where he's just like, oh shit, all right, let me try to figure out what to do. And by the time he's trying to process that, he's getting his ass whooped.
Mortar.
Yeah, Mortar, which is funny too because the name Mahoney is in the beginning of Jason Goes to Hell, where the cop turns to the camera and says, "Good shot, Mahoney."
Yes, I forgot about that.
I actually totally forgot about that too until after I shot and released the movie. Then I was like, oh my God, Mahoney. I'm like, so people are going to like think that's connected to Rob Mahoney. And I wanted to throw people off when he, at the end of the movie, when there's the girl that says she's Amanda Shepard, and, which is Tina's daughter, who may or may not.
A tribute to mom.
Yeah, with a tribute to mom, which happens a lot. A lot of families like name their kid after like grandma or something, So, and he says Rob Mahoney, you think he's going to say like Rob Jarvis or Rob Field or something like that,
Ray Skywalker.
But yeah, Ray Skywalker. Rob Skywalker. But like, not everybody keeps their last name. Like, you don't think all the final girls are going to keep their last name when they get married. So it's like,
I defeated Jason, so I'm going to keep my maiden name.
Yeah.
It only means something to us, not to them in universe.
That's why in the end credits it says Kimberly Beck as Trish Jarvis - Mahoney.
Okay.
So anyway, I don't know if you watched all the way through the credits. So being a huge Marvel fan, or at least for the Infinity Saga, I just expect that in anything. There's always usually wrong. The mid credit and then the post credits there.
Yep. So yeah, I caught that little phone call. And I like that, how it explained, because otherwise that group had no reason to be there.
No, well,
at the end. So
no, the only reason in my mind is that every Friday the 13th they kind of patrol the area to make sure Jason's
okay.
But it's just a coincidence that Robbie chose that day.
Yep.
To go,
because it's a movie. Everything has to be like ceremonial.
Right.
There has to be a reason for it.
Right, and the reason why there's the girl that jogs by is to like keep an eye on Robbie. She's that's Amanda that jogs by. So yeah, in my mind, like Megan kind of says, appoints a couple of people every Friday the 13th to like just go patrol Crystal Lake, make sure everything's okay. But this time it was like, hey Jill Whitlow, I need your flamethrower, which is a Night of the Creeps crossover reference, of course.
Yeah. And I love that. Yeah, just make sure you bring it back with a full tank.
Yeah. I had to.
And actually, it was just this last viewing of it that even though I knew what it was going to be at the very end, I still, I got to watch all 40 minutes. Yeah. So since there was a minute or two to burn, I was trying to pay attention to some of the credits. And this was the first time I noticed Flaney Steele.
As the girl with the flamethrower?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Flaney Steele, yeah. I'm just like, most of them I had, the girls say, well, give me a name for your character. And then when they wouldn't get back to me, I'm just like, all right, your name's Flamey Steele. I don't know what to call you. Miss AR-15. I don't know. But some of those girls are in the sequel and they actually have names and character origins and stuff like that.
Okay. Which I'm guessing that's what the anthology aspect's going to be. It's going to give, I guess, some of the backstory of some of the women in this group.
Yeah, and the way I always looked at it is that, like, when you watch for the first time, you think, oh, they all dealt with Jason. Of course. But, I mean, like, the age ranges are so, they go from, like, their mid-20s to their mid-60s. I'm like, well, Jason probably didn't,
Yeah.
Cats being annoying.
That's what they do.
That's what they do.
Cute.
Little Rexy. So in my mind, it's not that they all dealt with Jason. It's that they all dealt with some kind of trauma or some killer in the past or, something like that. And it's not all just women. It just happened to be women on that day. It's guys too. And my reasoning behind that is almost like I kind of have like the men who have dealt with the stuff, like be kind of like the guys that like cover up stuff. Okay. Just make sure like the women are the soldiers, and like the men kind of work behind the scenes, like the police department in Crystal Lake and stuff like that, which we'll get into. So
this whole world's just one big conspiracy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of like, all right, Megan, you're free to do what you do. Grab the girls and go take care of business.
Grab a few extra shells. We got things to do.
Yeah, we'll clean up afterwards. Don't worry about that. And we'll bring back the flamethrower to what's her head with the full tank. Don't worry about it.
I don't know why that line. Well, I mean, I'm a huge fan of just dumb humor. So, as soon as I read that, I'm like, that's perfect name.
The only thing that annoys me about that scene is that the light on the phone like didn't go off, so it looked like she didn't call anybody. Okay. It's like, damn it. And somebody pointed that out too. It's like she's obviously not talking to anybody. I'm like, well, of course, acting and in real life.
Well, there you go. When you
not actually talking to somebody on the other end. So.
Again, I was a huge Star Wars nerd, so yeah. In a couple years, when you do the special edition re-release, you'll add the light to the phone.
Yeah, I could black that out.
Throw some more Easter eggs in there.
Of course, there needs to be more.
So so you threw it out there early on. I was trying to be nice and hold off till later, but so Chris Seaver.
Oh my God. So 26 years ago now. I met him at Fangoria Weekend of Horrors. He was pushing his movies, which a couple of my friends that I actually lived with bought from him, and they were like VHS. So Seaver, I bonded with almost immediately. He came to, after I met him at the convention, I thought it was cool. He came out to Long Island and stayed with us, and then me and him right away just started bonding over Friday the 13th movies. We saw, oh, what's your favorite ones? And do you remember seeing this for the first time? And, having that conversation. But we had so much in common. We, like, immediately became friends.
Okay.
And then he was going to shoot this movie, Mulva Zombie Ass Kicker, on Long Island. And, I helped shoot it. When you mentioned before that I was a cinematographer, I'm not a cinematographer. I mean, I guess when I was younger, holding a video camera and directing at the same time, that's me being a cinematographer.
IMDb says it, so it's true.
I guess so. But it also has to basically be like, I'm holding the camera for Chris Seaver movies a couple of times. So I guess that's what makes me a cinematographer. No, and I guess all the Ramsteer movies with my friend Rob, I guess we were all kind of doing that. So I helped him make that. I play a zombie a couple of times, I think, in the movie, and we shot all over the place. And it was a lot of fun. And so every year since then, we had always tried to get together. I would go visit him. He would visit me. We'd meet up at conventions like Creature Feature Weekend, where we met Jamie.
The best convention.
Yes, it's become my favorite show. It used to be like Monster Mania and shows like that, but some of those giant conventions where that's like too big to be in a hotel.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's, I don't know. It just seems like it's work now. Like it's too crowded. It's too noisy. It's smelly. It's not fun. It's just like, I go there if I'm going to like hang out with vendor friends or help people, like guests that are my friends or whatever.
Yep.
But otherwise, I'm like, I have no intention of like going to Monster Mania anymore. So this is like Creature Feature Weekend is like in Gettysburg. It's like a family-friendly, nice little convention. It has food trucks outside and a movie theater across the parking lot, and it's just like yeah, it's just so comfortable and fun to me. So you can
watch movies like the whole entire weekend. I think they play movies the whole weekend.
Yeah,
so if you bought a weekend pass and you didn't want to go to the convention necessarily the whole time, there's always movies being shown. And then you can do Gettysburg. Do some ghost tours or something like that.
Yeah, downtown.
It's just being in the environment. Like I feel very peaceful there. I love it.
It's a vibe.
I'm trying to get all these podcast guys out there.
Yeah, she recently explained that if we don't go in 2026, that not only is she going to unfollow the show, but she's personally going to kick us all in the balls.
That sounds about right. Anyway, it's a fun convention. But so once again, Seaver's going to be there to screen Mulva Demon Ass Kicker. So the third Mulva movie, but also like a remake of the first one, kind of. But
okay, I've only seen the zombie ass kicker.
Oh, okay, you had seen that then. Okay.
Well, yeah, because I knew we were talking to one of the stars in the movie, so I had to at least get that one under my belt.
And Deanna.
All right.
That's the main girl in Victim No More.
Yep.
So Seaver immediately loved Deanna in that, and a pilot episode for a comedy soap opera thing. So we shot the show called Wellsville Nights a few years ago, and
Okay.
Deanna is hilarious in it, and and she's hilarious in this. She's wacky and fun. We're between me and Chris, we're always going to use Deanna in our movies. I'll spoil this for you. She does show up in the sequel, even though she dies in the first movie. Because remember,
so she does, or the character does? Well, not
the actress will be in the sequel.
Okay.
Her character died in the first movie, but because
I mean, if Jason keeps coming back, maybe there's some magic in that machete, and
or
she
the
did
lake,
survive it.
maybe something in the lake. Yeah, that's totally true. Magic daggers were introduced in Jason Goes to Hell, I guess. But because the idea of the sequel, it's an anthology movie, yes, and we go back into the past.
Mm-hmm.
Deanna may show up as that character in the past in someone else's story.
Now I'm understanding more.
You're understanding a little bit more. I believe you kind of shared a scene with her, Jamie.
Yeah.
Maybe. Anyway, so me and Steve have been friends for a million years, and we help each other out with each other's movies, and I've used a couple of his actors. He's used a couple of my actors. And,
Okay.
even though the tones are very different, but
Yeah,
we're showing the range of those actors in like each other's movies.
Yeah, I think it was probably about 3 years ago. I'm scrolling through Tubi, and this movie, Terror at Blood Fart Lake, comes up.
Yes.
I'm a guy. You got to click on a movie that has fart in the title.
Of course you do.
And then I saw there was a sequel, and I just got obsessed over it. And it wasn't until probably a year later, I'm scrolling through YouTube, and there's a channel called, I think it's like Bad Movie Deep Dive.
Mm-hmm.
And he did an episode on one of the movies, and he was talking about how Seaver like has this huge catalog. So I'm like, all right, I got to check this out. And then I think it was just in the past few months, I see Low Budget Heroes come up.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, well, fuck, if he's got a documentary, I got to watch this now.
Oh,
and then
I'm
like,
documentary.
And then I'm like, holy shit, there's Bob Heckman. We're going to have him on the show. So right then and there, I'm like, all right, I got to ask him about how all that came to be. So
yeah, and it was great because Zero Budget Heroes and Victim No More premiered on the same day in Gettysburg at Creature Feature Weekend. It was like it was like one of the best. I mean, it was bizarre to see it like on an IMAX screen. It was just like, oh my god, it was like blowing my mind.
What year was that?
2022, August 27th, 2022.
I started going in 2023, so I just missed out on that.
You just missed it, but you know.
Oh, so you gave us the impression like you've been going there for like decades.
Well, it hasn't been around for decades.
I only needed a couple of years for it to suck me in.
I think it's only been around for like 8 years or so.
Okay.
Like
I think that sounds about right.
yeah, I don't think it's been around that long.
No, but it's the best.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the story of me and the Sievage.
And then I also saw you had a credit. I didn't think to look like, oh, what did he do? So you had a credit in Crystal Lake Memories as well?
Yes, they used some of my photos.
Okay.
So they credited me as archival footage without asking me.
Oh.
So basically they went on my Facebook or something and just stole pictures of me and Kimberly Beck together and Amy Steele and
Bastards.
and somebody, yeah, and I hadn't seen it yet, and then somebody texted me the day after it was released, said like, "Hey, you're in the documentary," and I'm like, "Do I do an interview or something? About my love for Friday the 13th? Like I don't remember." And then I watched the whole thing, the whole 8 or 9 hours or whatever it is, till the end, and then I saw photos that I'm like, "Oh, they used my photos."
They raided my MySpace.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, "Oh, cool, all right." And I'm also co-executive producer of the Police Academy documentary. I don't know if you saw that on the IMDb.
No, I don't think I was aware of this.
Yeah, which is me just donating money to get the perk. And that was like 8 years ago. So I don't know what's going on with that documentary.
Oh, so it wasn't released yet?
It's not released yet. I don't know what the holdup is, except for I know the guys that made it. I think more of their priorities lie in like the horror documentaries or like I think they did like RoboDoc and the story of It, Pennywise.
Okay.
And like so it's like they want to get those out because those are more profitable. So, but it's like just
there's still an audience though for
I know it's
there's
like,
at least 2 people that want to see a
I'm
Police
like I know
Academy
it's and then they promised that it would be out for the 40th anniversary of Police Academy, which
2 years ago.
2 years ago. And then I'm like, all right, well, whenever
Maybe
it
the
gets
45th.
released, as long as they don't forget what the perks are that
Yeah.
I'm owed, it's like, all right, just I'm still excited about it. I'm sure it's going to be a great doc and, hours long. And
Yeah, if it's anything like these other ones that have been coming out.
oh yeah, they're
pretty
great
thorough.
at these docs.
Yeah.
I just don't know what exactly the holdup is.
Mm-hmm.
They shot all the interviews. Like people that they interviewed, like some of them are like died now. So
Yeah.
it's like,
wow.
yeah, some of them have passed away. Like Marion Ramsey and
Yeah.
a couple of other people. But I'm looking at framed Police Academy posters in front of me. Look at, I'll show you for a second.
Oh.
Wait, you like that?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Hold on, Kane Hodder's calling me.
Oh, that prick.
Yeah, no, I'm here. Oh, he's a little bitch? All right. Kane says you're a little bitch.
That's the second time. Well, no. Not exactly second, but that's the second time he's called somebody a bitch on this show. And we still haven't had him on.
I'm just kidding, obviously.
Oh.
I watched the Tiffany Shepard interview.
All right.
Which, by the way,
I
absolutely love the Tiffany Shepard interview.
That's...
I might have a little bit of an obsession with Tiffany Shepard. So, not in the creepy stalker way. I love Tiffany. I've met her multiple times in the last 25 years at conventions, and
we just met her the first time at
isn't she like the
NJCon.
best? She's so great. She's so cool and grounded and fun.
That was at least one of my favorite interviews of all the ones we did, because some people have been like, yeah, but she kind of shit on you guys the whole time. I'm like, yes, that's what made it great.
Yeah, but she doesn't mean it. She's goofing around,
But I got to, I'm sure it had a huge effect on her. But when we did finally get to meet her, and I put something down for her to actually, behind the green screen here is her autograph.
My favorite thing is when you mixed up her with Debbie Rochon.
And when I went to have
Debbie
her sign
Rochon from Moldova.
When I got her to sign my picture, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm so happy I finally get to meet the great Debbie Rochon. She's like, yeah, fuck you too.
Oh my God.
Fuck you still.
So funny.
Yeah.
I adore and love Tiffany Shepard. Debbie also.
Yeah.
But Tiffany is like, one day I got to get her in a movie.
Yeah.
But I want to do it, something special and fun. I admire her as a person, as an actor. I think she's hilarious, grounded, always cool, stupidly gorgeous, but
she held up well.
she's awesome.
Yeah.
So.
What was it? Oh yeah, we did. So I don't know if you watched it or not, but back in the day, one of our guys is like, hey, we know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who's one of the producers of the Terrifier movies. And that led to us getting Mike Levy on the show. It was like, okay, he's a producer on there. And then that was our introduction to Stream when he was finalizing putting that together. And I know how they have this thing for they want to get some like icons, even if it's just for a glorified cameo.
Right.
And Michael was at that same show that Tiffany was at. And I was telling him, like, you got to put her in the fucking sequel. Like, there's an audience for Tiffany. She may not be full-blown, like, everybody's favorite, but she's just cool enough. Like, put her in the fucking sequel, dude.
And she loves it. She loves doing it. She's, I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to use her as a glorified cameo appearance.
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying, like, you got to include her at least to the extent you put Dee in the first movie.
Yeah.
So, yes, we all agree. She's awesome.
She's great. A lot of fun with her at conventions and shows and stuff.
So do you have, you mentioned earlier that, once this is all said and done, you were going to take a break and all, but do you have any, even like vague ideas of something you want to do?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, as you're aware.
Is there life after Victim No More?
Oh, definitely. As you're aware, I cannot profit off of these movies.
Yeah.
Because they're fan films. So it's a lot of just spending money and making nothing back.
Yeah. It's a true passion project.
It's a true passion project. So this year, not only editing loose ends and getting it ready to premiere and promote everywhere, probably sometime in the fall, unfortunately. I promised it was going to be springtime, and it's just, I really want to take my time in putting it together and making sure it like looks great and everything is, it's what everybody deserves to see.
So you're shooting for like November 13th, maybe?
November 13th is like the latest.
Okay.
That Friday the 13th. Yes. That would be like absolutely the latest. My deadline's a couple months before that. I mean, my perfect date would be to premiere it would be the same day the first movie premiered, which was August 27th, 2022.
Okay.
Is when we had that screening at Gettysburg, and it also at the same time premiered on YouTube and Vimeo, the website. If I could shoot for that date, and if I miss that date, then hopefully it'll still be almost ready to go. But I also have to make the Blu-rays, send out all the merch, and do all that. The idea is that I'm going to create a website for 3PD films, like a proper website with merch that you can get on there, so I could actually make some money off of merchandise, off of 3PD film projects and everything. But the next project I'm going to do will be another anthology project, but something I could actually make money off of.
Okay. So an original anthology.
An original anthology
Okay.
project. Right now it's called Relics. And basically the idea is in a post-apocalyptic world, somebody comes across different like items, and then we go back and we see the backstory to what those items are connected to. And it's
kind of like the Friday 13th series.
I didn't even think about that, but in a way, yeah, kind of.
See this Nokia?
That nobody's investigating and things, yeah. But the idea is to kind of mix the genres a little bit, so it'll be like a horror, sci-fi, fantasy anthology. So each story will be a different genre. So I haven't seen that done in a while, and just thought it might be a cool idea. And have different directors direct the segment.
Okay.
I like that a lot. So that'll be something I would be releasing. Well, I'll raise funds for and release in 2027 or 8.
Okay.
And then I'll be going back to Victim No More to wrap up the trilogy.
Okay.
So, the third one will not be an anthology movie, but the third one will wrap up any loose ends, I guess, and anything I want to say about Friday the 13th that's left. But it'll be a trilogy, and at the end of that trilogy, it'll be definitely definitive and answer some questions that you might have had questions about when you watch these two other movies.
So you already kind of have that outlined.
Yeah, it's kind of it's outlined. It's in a way, it's my favorite old school monster is Frankenstein's monster. Okay. Of course, I love any version of Frankenstein.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, I love it. So it's my kind of Frankenstein telling of a Jason movie. Okay. But it'll connect to characters in the other movies and stuff. But it'll be my Frankenstein movie.
So going with the McLaughlin approach.
A little bit. I kind of want to have like an old school feel to it, to do something a bit different, like Hammer films. So like old school, like like in the way that it's shot, and like I'm not getting British actors or anything, but but
within reason.
Within reason, yeah. But I really want that old school like feel and flow to the movie. But the plan is to shoot that in 2029, release it in 2030, so it'll be the 50th anniversary of the first Friday the 13th, and anything I have to say about Friday the 13th will be done right there, and then I can move on with a couple of other original projects that I have after that. But again, this year is all about building up the company to release, and the Victim No More movies have been like such a learning experience, and like for me, learning how to do things properly, and for the original stuff that I have coming.
And I guess it's a huge bonus too that you had these relationships with Friday alum.
Yes. No, that I would never trade for anything. They've been incredibly supportive friends and just great people overall.
And it's one of those like really humbling things. Like even some of the interviews we get, it's like if we could tell our childhood selves, and it's like the same thing. Like you're watching parts 2 and 3, like if you could go back and tell that kid,
oh my God, no.
Like, see, Jenny, we're friends now.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so weird.
Yeah, it's very bizarre. And, even with Catherine growing up watching Night of the Comet and Last Starfighter, Weekend of Burning, never in a million years would I think I'm making a movie with her, or we become such good friends. And it's really, really awesome.
So sometimes the internet and, just, events like cons, like there are positive things to come from this stuff.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's been great. It's been awesome. I'm extremely grateful. It's been a learning experience, making these low budget, projects.
Yeah. And
the anxiety that comes with it.
Yeah. But it does feel good to be in a time where everybody has access to the technology to do these things.
We do. It's just having the time and money
Yes.
to do these things. Well, depending on the quality that you're looking for. I mean, anybody can grab a video camera or their phone and just like run out there and like shoot something. But you know,
I mean, Chris made it work.
oh, Chris definitely makes it work. He's got his like fan base and over 65 movies to choose from with that style. But me, I was kind of like, you know, I had seen like Never Hike Alone and saw the quality of it, and I was just like, well, I prefer to do something, you know, in 4K and like, you know, give it a little bit of quality.
Give it more of a cinematic feel.
Yeah, and I'll never nearly have as much money as that.
I don't know if this is dipping into like spoiler territory for either Loose Ends or the final one. Have you tried reaching out to Tom Matthews? Or
no,
has that been an option in your mind?
No, it was never an option because he was already in Never Hike Alone. So it's kind of like, well, I don't want to say old news right there, but it's kind of like, well, he has Never Hike Alone, and then he wound up in Vengeance too, as Tommy Jarvis again, battling Jason, and I'm just, you know, and they did that before Never Hike Alone too, and you know, and I enjoyed those movies a lot, but like I'm just like, if I was gonna like get a Tommy Jarvis, I would try to get John Shepard, the Part 5.
I feel like he's kind of gotten a raw deal. In
I think he's great in that movie.
There you go. And then him and Catherine, and you see where
their lives. Feel like the Tommy story, like other people can take care of. Never Hike Alone and Vengeance is like, all right, that's been done.
And Megan is kind of a like overlooked badass final girl.
She is, and you know, rewatching Jason Lives again recently, you know, I've seen it 150,000 times, but like I realize she's the only one who's a rebel. You know, she goes against her dad and like, you know, she comes off as like a spoiled brat. She does what she wants. She's, you know, breaking the cute boy out of jail and, you know, like.
And watching that at 12 years old, like that just made her that much hotter.
Yeah. So. You know, she's just cool. And I mean, and honestly, she doesn't really do much except running around and scream up until she jumps in the lake to save Tommy, you know, and then like kind of kills Jason with the motorboat to the neck, or makes him unconscious, I guess. So like she doesn't do as much battle damage, I guess, as other final girls.
Yeah.
But it was that rebel aspect that I liked, that I was just kind of like, ooh, like Catherine, you know, like her leading the group of people is very like rebellious against authority kind of like attitude, you know, like, so it's like, whoa, she's the one that should be leading a group, you know, as a final girl.
Yeah. I mean, she was badass in Night of the Comet, so.
Yeah, exactly.
She had that leader quality to her.
There is a Night of the Comet reference in that end scene too. It's very brief.
I already said I'm watching it again once this is over. I got editing to do, but now I have to.
No.
I have to put aside another 40 minutes.
The girl that has pink hair that's in the group.
Yeah.
At the end, like take a look at her sneakers if you see them in a shot. Her sneakers are the same exact sneakers that Kelly Maroney wore as the cheerleader.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, they're the same exact colors like Converse. So,
all right, so I got sneakers and bumper stickers to look out for.
You're probably never going to see the bumper sticker. You're like, I can't even see that, you know, on your screen.
Oh no, I'll find it. I'll
find it.
I'll find it. I'm trying to think what else.
If it doesn't come up clear enough on my TV, I have a projector I pull out for special occasions.
Okay. You saw the Higgins farm, right?
Yes, yes.
Higgins farm instead of Higgins. That's the thing I like too. Is like I don't like doing on the nose references. It's like it's Higgins Haven, we know, and I can't stand when like the fan films do like the exact dialogue from the movie over and over again. It's like
direct callbacks.
Yeah, I'm like I get it, and I get the fan service of that, and you know like. But it's like, you're saying the same line that so and so said in part 4 or whatever. Like I get it.
Like right before Robbie got hauled away, he looked at Jason and been like, "What were you going to be when you grew up?"
Yeah. Like fan films would like kind of known to do things like that.
Yeah.
Even like the Never Hike Alone stuff. You know, with the sequels to that. You know, Vin has the guy Rick, Deputy Rick or Sheriff Rick now.
Yeah.
Saying you bang like 3 or 4 times, and I'm like, we know. That's the funny thing from part 6 that he says. So it's like,
Which, don't get me wrong, I do like, but I also like the thrill of the hunt. So if you have references even slightly buried in there,
Right.
and as long as you like it the first time you watch it, to have that added layer of rewatchability, like, oh, well, wait, if you look at this scene, you'll find that, like, kind of how you were saying with the Blu-rays, how with the secret menus and stuff, like that's, or maybe that's just part of our time.
It's a Gen X thing.
Yeah. Everybody's making callbacks.
Everybody's doing it. And this one, the sequel, will definitely have a lot of obscure references that only Friday fans are gonna see or figure out. With the first one, it's there. Like even with Robbie running through the woods, a lot of those shots were directly kind of taken from like part 2's chase scene or something,
Okay.
Like when Robbie runs out into the trail that leads him to like the clearing in the middle of the woods.
All right. Yeah.
Like that's almost the exact kind of shot that Amy Steele does, where she runs out of the woods, looks down the trail, and then runs up, and then she sees the house. I mean, Jason's cabin. Like it's almost the exact shot. Like little things like that will like be like, well, this might remind you of a Friday the 13th movie. You might not be able to figure out exactly what part, what scene.
But your subconscious registers.
But it's a feel. It's like, this seems familiar and like a Friday the 13th thing that would happen. But like even early on, the whole thing with like Maddie, when you get his perspective from behind a tree. It was
before he jumps out. It's like, that felt like
straight out of part 1 and 2.
Yep.
And the camera would hold a little bit. Like nowadays everything's like quick cut.
Yeah.
But we're just like, let it hold a little. Like back in the 80s, like we spent a little bit more time just looking at the empty woods for no reason.
So somewhere along the lines, people forgot that that linger. If done right, it adds to the tension, and you don't need another $1,000 for a scene just to linger a few more seconds.
Yeah.
And you get a good effect out of it. You don't need another decapitation or whatever the case is. Like sometimes it's those little things that make it that much better.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you. So, what do you think? Why do you think Jason didn't choose the hockey mask?
I'm glad you brought that up because.
Now I'm interviewing you about my movie. Why do you think he missed at the tree by Robbie's head too? Why do you think he did?
I kind of thought he was fucking with him because Robbie was the only one there at that time.
Yeah, like and he doesn't know how many other victims are in the woods. He's like, let me play with this kid for a little while.
He just
like a kitten playing with the toy,
Yeah, let's play with this mouse until the next one surfaces. Like, But that is something I wanted to ask. This is the first Friday-related thing. Like, there are moments in the franchise where you see Jason, and it's like, you could see the wheels spinning and all. But this is the first time where maybe it's something to do in one of the second or third one, of having kind of like a commentary track, but Jason's inner monologue. Because I'm assuming the whole sack thing was just kind of, it's like pulling up that old sweater you haven't worn in years. Like, he was sitting there looking at the mask, and it's like, but I haven't worn one of these in a long time.
Yeah.
But there was that scene. There was the scene with the rib, where it's, in those moments, it's like...
I call it the ribeye scene.
Yeah. It's like, and even at the end, when everybody shows up, like, there were a few moments throughout this that I almost wanted to hear that bonus track of his inner monologue.
Yeah.
And it's the only time it's ever happened. Where it's I want to hear his thoughts in this moment.
I'll take that.
I want to hear Jason speak.
Yeah.
but fourth wall type.
Yeah. Turns to the camera and stuff. But yeah, that was the intention. I was just like, maybe he's been down in the lake for such a long time. Like maybe even Jason gets nostalgic, about something. Like he saw the mask. Maybe it was a cheaper version because, it was used as a prank.
Yeah.
So it was just like, it didn't feel right. And he just saw that bag and was just like, yeah, at one time, didn't I wear something like this? Like, let me wear this.
It was, it doesn't protect as much from people.
He yearns for the good old days. Like
it was more breathable. And
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely more breathable.
And at this point, like, who knows how big his head's swollen from so many times of just spending, like, months or years in a lake. So you need something with that extra room.
Yeah, he's a little bit soggy. He's a little bit...
He's moist.
He's very moist and algae-ridden.
And, of course, I love it, like, because everybody's got their favorite Jason, as at least as far as, like, portrayals, but the look of Seven was always my favorite. So
Yeah, well, that's why I did it. I was just like, well, it would be cool to have a Part 7 rotted body, but mix it up with the sack, so it's kind of different. 2 and 7.
And was that like an early on idea?
Oh, that was like the first thought I had, even before I even came up with the idea for the story.
Okay.
I was just like, let me do a little bit of a mashup.
And I mean, those are two looks we haven't seen together yet.
And that mashup idea will still continue a little bit into the third final movie, but you have to get through the anthology to see where things might go.
Oh, we will. And you said this was going to be features, so do you have like at least a tentative runtime for this one?
I'm imagining 90 minutes.
Okay.
If it's less than 90 minutes, I'll be thrilled even more.
Okay.
If it's more than 90 minutes, I'll be like, because when it comes to, and I know you know this, but like when it comes to ultra low budget movies that go over a certain time, you're kind of like, it doesn't have like the budget or the quality to deserve more than like 90 minutes of entertainment. You've probably sat through so many low budget horror movies where you're just like, oh my god, this is dragging the last 20 minutes. Why don't they just cut this out? Or just like, or why is there so much, like Charles Band full moon movies like do this all the time, where it's like you got 2 locations that they're filming at, and like half of it is just 2 or 3 people talking to each other, repeating the plot over and over again. And you're just like, oh my god, just give me different locations, move the plot around, like move the plot, keep it going.
If there's something to be said, by all means put it there. But if it's just a matter of, well, if I throw this conversation in, I could qualify for feature length, like, all right, well then keep it as a short.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, if you're on a tight budget, it would make sense to just focus on whatever runtime it was meant to be and just focus on putting that money into making it good.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to see, whatever it is, like, does everything make sense? How does it flow well? I know some stories might be a little bit longer than other stories, but, does it make sense? Does it told well? Can a couple of these things be trimmed more?
Does that extra serve the story?
Right.
And like you were saying, like, I love the idea you had with Cougar Catherine there, but like you said, like, okay, it didn't, it may have been something nice, like, oh, I think it'd be cool to see this, but if it's going to take you out of the movie for a bit, I mean, I don't know how she could take you out of a movie, but you were practical with it.
Yeah, it was kind of like, do we need to spend more time with Robbie when he's technically just walking around the woods or driving to find? It's like, all right, that's why it needed that other story of the couple, like, walking around the woods, because it's like, otherwise it's just a dude going back to a place where his mom was traumatized, and he's trying to get an understanding of that, which, in his kind of, like, the character's not supposed to be that likable, because he says in the therapy session that, like, oh yeah, he understands his mom's trauma, but he really kind of doesn't. And it's like, and even the therapist is saying, like, are you sure, that, she's not going to get over this because you're going to eventually understand it, So he's kind of being a little selfish, not understanding exactly what's going on. He thinks, like, he in his mind, it's just like, oh, if I do this, I can, I want my mom to let me grow up and stop being overprotective of me and everything. Like, he's just, he doesn't get it. Like,
actually, I guess in a way he was going for, it pisses me off that I'm drawing a blank on her name, but Maroney's character at the end of Night of the Comet, he wanted to go to Crystal Lake and be like, it's a ghost town.
yeah, that's what he wanted. It's like, look, Mom, no danger. See, everything's, oh shit. That's basically what his character was in the end. Like, it's like, look, Mom,
they both had a comparable close call.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh no. I'll spoil this. Robbie's not coming back in the movies. His story's done.
he's in timeout now.
He's probably like shaking in the corner of his room, for the rest of his life.
Yeah, so 10 years
after he gets his ankle, fixed.
Nah, I'd say make him walk on it for a while. Make sure that scar sticks with him.
That's right. And now Trish is probably going to find out what Megan and the group were up to because they rescued his ass. Well, whatever. You'll find out. So.
Yeah, and again, I love the idea of going with the anthology for this. Might be more work on your part, but hey, I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, it was basically and Catherine told me this, I think. Well, Sean, my cinematographer, and Catherine both told me. Is like you're basically making 4 Victim No More movies in one movie because it's 4 short stories and a wraparound. It's quadruple the work for the first. And I was like, oh shit.
They might not be as long, but still, it's 4 completely different setups.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, oof, man. And I just felt it was kind of necessary because of I got so much mixed feedback on the last 3 minutes of the movie because some people are just like, what the hell? All these people show up. Who the hell are they? What's going on? It's very mixed. Some people thought it was great. Some people thought it was stupid. Some people thought they were just confused. So I was just like, well, if I make a sequel, it'll be fun to do a Friday the 13th anthology, and I'll explain some of their backgrounds so that way you understand like kind of where they all came from.
My only negative with that scene
is panning away from the action.
Yeah. He got his arm blown off. He got the arrow to the head. Got his kneecap blown out. And then credits. And it's, no. We built up to this. I need to see his demise. And then as soon as I heard that there was going to be a sequel, then that washed away. It's
okay. I'm glad I was able to.
As long as we get a little extra of that moment, I'll be happy. So
I will say there's an aftermath. So,
okay. That's all. Because it was just too much build up for the take this motherfucker and then
and it's Amy Steele narrates. There we go. Just stand up.
Come back.
That's when I was sitting.
It looks great, but
I'll tell you this
wasn't satisfied.
This is hilarious. At the premiere at Creature Feature Weekend, I had Kimberly Beck on one side of me, Chris Seaver on the other. So when that moment happens, when we start panning up, Seaver is like, no! He just audibly just like, no! But
did somebody get that on camera and then you put that as promo material, but in slow motion?
So funny.
No!
No! What did you do? I hate you for doing that, Bob. But I did it for 2 reasons. The main reason, the reason why I pan away from the battle that ensues, is because I wanted to kind of like leave it as that battle will like always continue, like Jason versus people. Yeah. Like that final girl versus Jason is kind of something that will go on forever. Yeah. So I kind of want to like leave it like that, where it's just like, we don't need to see the end game of it because like they're just going to continue making these movies forever. And that battle against adversity, kind of what Amy says. In the
good and evil's forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, of course, now part of that inner monologue, now I just want to see Jason grab his machete and be like, I am inevitable.
Oh, well, in James Staffarelli's mind, the guy who plays Jason, he's like, I kill them all. That's, as soon as it pans up, I wipe them all out.
He's a little biased.
Yeah, he's a little biased, so. But the second reason was obviously budgetary reasons. There's no budget at that point to like.
I mean, there's a lot of potential for effects. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll see what happens in the sequel. And I plan on half the people are going to hate it, half the people are going to like it, I think.
Which is just the state of everything now. So.
Yeah, well, that's what you have to do. There's no like it was okay in the middle. There's just like I hated it or. Oh, that was cool. That was different. I liked it,
Yeah. Nowadays, you just have to, as long as you and the people involved walk away happy from it.
That's it.
Like you said, you're going to get both extremes when it comes out. So as long as you guys walk away smiling.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. As long as we walk away smiling and proud of what we did.
Yep.
Then, whatever. People are going to.
Well, I'm very excited.
I know you are, Jamie.
Not just because I'm in it briefly.
Okay, biased.
Just because. It's a continuation. It's fun. Plus, I shared the shit out of that campaign.
You did.
So,
you did. And thank you so much for that. And I got to say this, too. When I put the call out for extras for that day that Jamie showed up, it amazed me because here it is. Everybody around me that I work with or friends with or whatever. Oh, you got to put me in your movie. Oh, you got to do that. I'm like, here it is. We need like 50 extras. Come on out on this day and like shoot. And you don't even have to stay all day. You could stay for the first, 6 or 7 hours or, the second half. I forgot what the time was, 4 to 8 or something like that.
I was there a whole day, so I don't know.
Exactly. So here are people that live out of state, like Jamie and Josh, who lives in Pennsylvania. That's where he lives?
Yeah, he's in PA.
You're in Maryland. I had people from New Jersey, PA, Maryland, like all come out to be extras, hang out all day, be in a movie, get fed, have a little fun, right? Enjoy the process of, just making it.
Yeah.
And the people that live 5 minutes away just, no, I can't do it that day.
I got to do laundry.
Yeah, I got to do laundry,
Eat the hog.
Well,
yeah.
for the record, we would have been there, but I was introduced to that being a thing by Jamie sending us a message saying, "Hey, guess what I did yesterday?" And then photo dump. It was like, ah.
Exactly, but it just amazed me. It's like don't ever ask me to put you in my movie again. I'm like, not only that time, but there was other times I was like, oh, come to the park and like walk by in the background or jog by and nobody could do it. It's like,
oh no, if there's exercise involved, I would have been there for that.
No, well, not that. Just hang out in the background, sit on a bench or something.
Laugh at the joggers.
Well,
oh, look at these fit people.
Yeah, exactly.
I had so much fun doing it. It was my first time, like I said, but it was a whole lot of fun. Everybody made it a lot of fun. And everybody there was like super cool too. And I made some like new friends and stuff, being there.
Yeah,
so now
Lloyd and some other people, right?
Ick, and of course everybody who was just in it and stuff like that. But like, it's definitely something I want to get more involved in. And so, hint, hint,
Body
for
break.
future movies. Okay.
Well,
hint, future movies.
You do survive in this movie. So.
I know. I do want to be killed though. I was feeling.
I know. Yeah, I know. You got to get killed.
Everybody, my lighting has changed drastically, so I'm trying to like.
Oh, yeah, that's so good. But yeah, that kind of amazed me that people that live a few minutes away couldn't show up, even for a short time, just to be in the background somewhere at a table or walk by or something. But
that'd be so easy.
People that really liked it, and wanted to see the process and have, do something different that day. It probably didn't help that it was a Monday.
Yeah, but it was day off for me.
Right.
It worked out for
exactly.
me
Well, that's what I mean. I'm like, call out. Wouldn't you rather do this than be at your job? So,
like some people did.
Not me.
I don't know. Maybe some other people did that.
Maybe some other people definitely did.
Other people.
That's it.
Yeah, luckily it fell on my 2 days off, but I would have taken off anyway. And then I got to explore Amityville.
Yes.
So I got to go see the house, which is something I always wanted to do. And
yeah, Amityville house is right up the street. So it's like, no, you never been to Long Island? Come make the movie, and then after, go up the street and check out the Amityville house.
Long Island is how you're...
Long Island.
Long Island.
Island.
I think we were outside saying that for like 20 minutes. Me and Josh and everybody else were like, how are you supposed to say it? Long Island.
Josh, I don't hear me say that.
Huh?
I don't say that, but I guess it sounds like that. Long Island.
See, now you're saying it normal because we pointed it out. And I already heard all
I didn't point shit. That's all you.
That's all.
I heard your New York stuff coming out.
Yeah, you're saying like we put the G on the island part. Long Island.
Long Island. Yeah.
Long Island.
Guh.
Anyway.
I just had my second time ever on that area. I'm not going to say it now, but
Tiffany Shepard is calling. Hold on.
Yeah, fuck you guys. No. Fool me once. But just what was it? I don't know. This past fall, I guess it was. Yeah, had my first trip to the house up there.
Oh, in Amityville. Okay.
Yeah, there was an event. I forget the name of the theater, but they were doing a double feature of Amityville 2 and Better Off Dead.
Oh, Cinema Arts Center. Yes.
Okay, and then yeah, so I finally got to meet Monique. She came and hung out. And,
she's great, Diane Franklin.
And it was first. She's another one. She didn't age.
That's our other poster for the movie. Our B poster.
This is for the loose ends or for the original?
For loose ends, yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of weird. There's weird, creepy characters on it that we don't know who they are. I like the old style posters with like the photos on the bottom.
Yep.
Of like actors in the movie.
may or may not have clips from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, all right. Well, I have a feeling one of these rapid fires is. I think we already have an answer for that.
Okay.
But
what's your favorite horror franchise?
All right, Jamie, we're gonna save you on this one for another time. We're gonna do rapid fire with Bob, and you can
Okay.
laugh or something. I don't know.
You can
Okay.
laugh. We just need you on here to laugh.
All right.
And make sure
I don't-
we get to promoting Jamie's Final Girl shirts. We got to make sure we do that.
Oh no! Everybody gets to pimp their wares
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Which I had a question about that too. So that's going to work out perfectly. That you're here to tell
Stick
us
around.
and our tens of followers all at once.
5s of 10, says Chris Siebel.
So you concert you've been to?
Ooh, man, that's weird. Like first concert I wanted to go to, or like first concert I was dragged to.
First concert that you attended.
I mean, the very first concert I went to was Johnny Maestro and the Brooklyn Bridge, which is an oldies group.
Yeah, no, I never saw them, but I know of them.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, it's not something I wanted to go see, but my parents dragged me to it. But
what was the first one you went to that you wanted?
I did always like oldies music, so I was just like, so I was having fun, I guess.
Yeah.
1993, Sting with that 10 Sumner's Tale album that came out. I always loved the Police. Mm-hmm. I always liked Sting a lot. And it's funny, just like a year later, a punk second wave explosion happens in 94 and we get Green Day and Rancid and all that stuff. And then I was obsessed with being in the Long Island punk scene and stuff like that.
Long Island.
And then we were all in bands and, there was all these great punk bands that were coming out everywhere. And I was getting into punk and ska and all this stuff.
I don't think I like this.
Yeah.
Right. Now we're getting
trying to get the lighting.
What?
Yeah, you gotta get
my lighting right.
Right there. Stop. Right there is perfect.
Now we're getting SpookyBrew cribs.
That's it.
No,
it looks great.
Tour.
I'm loving it. It looks good. No, that right there. Right there's good. So anyway, Sting concert was great because how Sting performs is he always does a third of the Police, a third the hits, and then the third of like the new album. So
what he wanted to play.
Yeah, like he's always done that. So yeah, exactly. So that was great. It was a great concert, and since then, oh my god, I've been to
I don't like it.
Oh, I've been through everything from like Duran Duran, Iron Maiden. Like I'll basically I listen to anything except like country and rap. They're just not my jam.
Okay,
but I'll do
Duran Duran like back in the day or more recently?
No, now Duran Duran.
Okay,
Duran Duran is my favorite band of all time, and for 45 years they're still putting out albums, still making music that I enjoy. They have like different eras of Duran Duran that I appreciate. It's kind of like their last album was like a Helloween album
all right,
which was weird. Like 2 years ago, they put out an album that kind of covered like it was like a cover album, but half their songs were originals on there, but like they put out just weird like, oh, here's their version of like Psycho Killer, and they would do a cover of Bury a Friend from Billie Eilish, and just other just weird concoctions of songs, and I don't know.
Wow, I got a full day. I got a lot of shit to look up.
Yeah, they did like a full on like and half the album is originals, but like it's just weird that what they did. And then they put on like Halloween shows. Like they at Madison Square Garden sold out Halloween last year, and they put on a big crazy concert where like they're all dressed up, and there's kind of like Iron Maiden, how they always have like things on set, like walking around as like
there's always a couple Eddies walking around stage.
Yeah. Like so they were doing that, and it was like decorated like Halloween, and witches and demons walking around on stage. I'm like, man, these dudes are just having fun in their old age, but they act like they're still like 20 years old. They're running around on stage, and
I think I heard a clip of them. I don't know if it was like a radio appearance or if it was just like a small gig they did. A clip of them in the last, 2 years. And it's like, all right, he could still hit them.
Oh, yeah.
Like Simon's still got it.
No, it's funny. I mean, I know the history of Duran Duran, and for, because I'm the biggest fan. In like 2011 or something, he had throat surgery. Like something was happening and he lost his voice, and now he sounds even better. like whatever happened.
The $6 million throat.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, whoa, he sounds like he doesn't sound like a crotchety old man. Sounds like he's 21 years old again,
Yeah, I just recently realized that anytime someone's asked me the concert thing, that I've been lying to everyone. What I credit as my first concert ever was 91, I think that was the year. David Lee Roth, Little Ain't Enough tour.
Oh my God. Okay.
But I mainly went, I was 16 and I had a cousin who frequented concerts and he's like, hey, you want to come to the David Lee Roth show? And I'm like, I mean, is he going to play Van Halen? Like, I didn't, but I saw Cinderella and Extreme were opening.
Nice.
And I was a huge fan of them. So I always credited that. And then I don't know what brought the memory up. Like nobody told me, but I just had this random thought of when I was a young child, I had an uncle that worked at one of the casinos. And he would always get like my parents and, you know, if it was something more family friendly, would get us tickets to shows.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget which one was worse, which one was first.
Okay.
But they were within like a year of one another. I forgot. I got to see the Osmonds live. And I got to see, it was after the breakup, but Bowser doing his own little Sha-na-na revival.
Sha-na-na, yeah.
So
oh my God.
One of those were my actual first show, but my first conscious was David Lee Roth, even though I went to see Extreme.
Lately, there's some metal bands that I'm like, I just became kind of obsessed with. In the last year or so, Helloween, I'm just like...
Yeah, I didn't realize they were still doing it.
They're still around, and what did you say, Jamie?
I said Helloween.
Helloween. Yeah, they've been around since like 84.
I didn't know that. I'm going to look into that.
And what's cool about them is that, you know, they went through a couple of changes of singers. Mm-hmm. And now in the last two albums, they have like the singers combined on the album. Like, it's like, oh, no hard feelings. Like they're like get everybody who's ever been in the band, join the band now, you know.
Whoever can hit these notes, you got this song.
It's like, all right, you take that song, because they have like the high pitch, like metal.
Yeah.
You know, like singer, and then they have the other guy, you know, and that you could kind of understand better. So it's like the last two albums, oh my God. And they just came out with a new album this year, and it's pretty awesome. But Helloween, and then a friend of mine turned me on to this band called Battle Beast. Female singer. Oh, they're awesome. They're really...
I'll have to check them out. I've been seeing more and more of these, female-led metal bands.
Yeah, it's almost like...
There's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, it's female-led, almost like fantasy metal.
Okay.
I like some of that stuff, but I'm kind of weird about female vocalists and like metal bands. I think that like along the lines of like what you're talking about is what I can handle.
Mm-hmm.
But if they're trying to do like screamy, growly stuff, like I'm not.
I'm not a fan of that. No, this girl is like singing, like, you know, she's hitting notes. she's not doing it wrong.
Now I like screamy, growly music, just not typically from a girl.
Okay, all right. You
some girls are really good though.
So is like Hailstorm your threshold?
No, not too. I'm not really much of a Cannibal Corpse girl. Some bands that you may or may not know of, they're not even like that screamy or growly. Never mind. I'll come back to that. I have to think about it.
When you have your own...
Yeah, you got to do your homework, and then when you get your rapid fire, you'll be like, yeah, you
rapid fire. You're supposed to be rapid fire. You're supposed to just say the band and move on.
No, it's
this isn't about me right now.
It's all about you, Jamie.
You're part of the family, man.
That's right.
All right. Fan of ice cream?
Yeah, I'm a very kind of vanilla guy.
Okay. I was going to say, so...
I mean, I like cookies and cream and some other things, but like...
what would your custom concoction be if Ben & Jerry's gave you a call?
Oh, that's right.
What would be the Bob Heckman signature flavor?
Oh, man.
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke flavor.
Vanilla Diet Coke. Diet Coke flavor.
I love it.
Sorry.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
A Coke float and...
It would be kind of a mix of like, you know, the Friendly's Reese's Pieces Sundae.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be that with a splash of Diet Coke on it.
Actually, I never thought... Has there ever been a cola ice cream?
So it'd be a Reese's vanilla ice cream swirl with just a shot of Diet Coke on it.
I gotta run to Walmart. I'm gonna start making some shit tonight.
yeah, just like, let me see what that, like it wants to be a, you know, a root beer float, soda float or something, but it just doesn't. I don't know if it works.
So, what was your favorite cartoon growing up?
Smurfs.
Okay.
Love the Smurfs. I am a huge Smurfs fan. It's still one of my favorite cartoons to like just throw on. And
I think I loved them through my sister. Like I never fully got into them.
Yeah,
but I would definitely watch it.
I love G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, all that stuff. But for some reason, the pure Smurfs, I don't know.
And it gave us a life hack for cursing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm Smurfing telling you. I just Abso-smurfing-lutely. Just, And it's funny, when you're an adult and you rewatch the Smurfs, you watch it and you're going, if you just take out that word and put hell or fuck, it's hilarious.
Absolutely.
So,
you want to know what Smurfette was really thinking. Watch it with adult eyes.
Oh, it's funny, that Smurfette. We can go into that too, but we can move on. You're like, yeah.
You could wake up one day with any superpower. What is it?
I mean, I always have, once in a while I've had dreams of like flying, and those have been cool. I might go with Tiffany Shepard's answer on this invisibility.
Okay.
That's kind of cool. Sneak into places that, you can't get into, or.
Yeah, I'm always torn between those two.
They're pretty
cool. Oh no, I think she chose to know what everybody's thinking or something. I think it's what Tiffany said. I'm not sure.
I don't.
I was just thinking about that.
I just remember her shit talking us.
Yeah, well, and then she changed her mind and went to invisibility, I think. I don't know. I'd have to.
What's your guilty pleasure song to rock out to when you're driving alone?
I don't have any guilty pleasures because I don't feel guilty about like shit that I like.
I get that.
But I mean, I gotta say, Avril Lavigne.
Okay.
I love Avril, and if you catch me on the right day, I'll be every word of Skater Boy. And every time I hear Skater Boy, and whoever's in the car with me, and if that song comes on, I just turn to them and I'll be like, "It's a perfectly crafted song."
See, you don't hear this.
You're not hearing Skater Boy. It's telling a story. It's perfect. Perfectly. It's great.
See, you don't get it. He was a boy, and she was a girl. And then now I'm just having this vision.
And she treated him like shit, and then he wound up with this girl. He saw him for who he is.
Yeah.
And now you're a loser feeding your baby at home.
Now I just had this vision now. If you in a car with someone, that song comes on, you're wearing a hoodie, and halfway through you just pull the hood down and these long golden locks just mascara just materializes.
Yeah. A tie on my t-shirt.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the tie.
But I actually I do love Avril. I love her last album because I don't know, she's funny because it's like she'll put out like an album with ballads and stuff like that, and then she'll just put out like a half hour like pop punk.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? It's like, okay.
I've never once listened to Skater Boy.
Oh, Skater Boy's a great song.
You've never heard that song?
It's a perfectly crafted song.
Never listened to it.
It's a perfectly crafted song.
I hear that.
You've only heard that from me. Listen to it. Telling a story.
No, you don't hear Jimmy.
You don't hear Jimmy.
You may be listening.
You may be listening, but you don't hear Jimmy. What is that from again? I know that. I have that movie.
The most racist movie title ever. White Men Can't Jump.
Oh, okay. That's right. White Men Can't Jump.
Yeah, Wesley telling Woody there.
Yes.
He's like, no, man, I hear Jimmy. No, you don't hear Jimmy.
No. I use that sometimes with certain music.
And then I realized I don't think I've seen that movie since the 90s. And yet that line always comes up.
So I guess if I'm going to go with guilty pleasure kind of music, it would be, I mean, I'm a 50-year-old man, and I could get down with Olivia Rodrigo and Avril. So I'm just like,
all right.
I mean, I like these. I think they're just good songs.
You don't have guilt, but if you had to be guilty,
I had guilt,
if you had that ability in your brain,
all my friends that are like just straight up metalheads and stuff like that, they'll be like, "What are we listening to?" I'm like, it's fucking Vampire by Olivia Rodrigo. It's a great song, so shut up or get out of my car. So look at that. Moving on.
All right. Stranded on a desert island. What's one food you would live on the rest of your life?
Oh God, man. I mean, it's a toss up between just one piece of food, or could it be there's a side?
Or a meal.
A meal?
We've discussed this amongst ourselves so many times, and we would go so off track, we would never come with an official thing. So I would say yes. What's one meal you would live on the rest of your life?
If it's meal with sides, it's cheeseburger and fries. If it's just one thing, it would be chicken nachos.
Okay.
Nachos with chicken or something.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Chicken nachos. No, nachos or chicken.
Nachos with chicken. So. Yeah, nachos with chicken. That's what it would.
Okay,
but
so-
cheeseburgers and fries, I could literally eat every single day.
Oh, absolutely.
But
And
I know it's not good
if
for me.
wings are an option to kick that off, then yeah, every time. So here's the one. Well, at least I have it narrowed down to about 8 to 10 years. But
Okay.
so DeLorean pulls up to your house. What year is it taking you to?
It's taking me back to January 1st, 1984. And I'm staying there the entire year and watching all the movies in the theater that came out in 1984, my favorite year of movies, the most relevant year of film I could think of. Think about it. Karate Kid, Terminator, these things are still relevant. They're still making toys from these things, or shows and movies.
And fucking Machio and Zapka, they're still on tour.
They're still relevant.
Yeah.
You know? With Cobra Kai.
The fact that
Because
that
it never
show's-
dies, you know?
Yeah, the fact that that show is so huge, it's just the muscle of that trilogy.
Yeah, it's great. So Karate Kid, Terminator, Ghostbusters, Gremlins, Neverending Story, Final Chapter, Nightmare on Elm Street. I know that's your favorite franchise. Right? Isn't that your favorite horror franchise?
I mean, that was my switch moment that I am a horror fan.
It happened in 1984.
Yep.
So just to go back to that year, maybe I get to see Duran Duran in their prime with the 5 members for their big, tour that year. Just what was on TV. It was pop culture in general. Overall,
Yeah.
I think 84 was just a killer year in pop culture.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah, so I would like to go back to that year, experience all that, and also kind of like check in once in a while and see what I'm doing. Like this is the year of all your G.I. Joe toys. I'm like, let me steal some of those and bring them to the future so I can make thousands of dollars off of them.
Bobby, trust me, you don't want to do that right now.
I'm bringing a suitcase and just going to Toys R Us and taking all my favorite toys and, selling them on eBay when I come back.
What's eBay? Forget it. Just these are mine now. So I don't know if I guess there's always going to be someone. So an actor or an actress you want to work with.
Tiffany Shepis.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of. Oh, here's a couple real quick, I guess. Lance Kinsey, who played Proctor in the Police Academy movies. Tiffany Shepis, of course. Man, Michael Rosenbaum. I think he seems like a really cool dude, and he loves horror movies and just seems like the kind of guy I'd want to hang out with. And so it's more like who I'd want to just meet and hang out with instead of like be in the movies.
And if you happen to be shooting something at the time, it's like, hey, you want to come in?
Oh, they'd be just offer the roles. Here you go. I don't know. I mean, that's actually a difficult thing for me to think about.
Yeah, especially to narrow it down.
I can't think beyond the people that I already know and want to work with.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's so many actors I admire and I think are great, but would I want to work with them? I don't know.
All right.
I mean, I'd have to have millions of dollars to like work with, people, certain people. So I don't know. I can't think of that. That's
definitely the most honest answer we've got.
Yeah.
the most.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say, Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm like,
Hey, Brad, I'm doing this Friday the 13th thing. Can you just walk by and do what's in the box? Just give us what's in the box.
It's Jason's head. Ah.
Well, there you go. Find out how much he charged for Deadpool 2 and see if you can get him to do a comparable shot like that.
There you go. Derek Mears is a great guy.
Yeah, I still need to meet him.
People that I've already met and think are great, and then I would just be like, I got to put you in the movie. So very accessible, cool people I'd rather work with than like Hollywood movie stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you listen to it. I feel like we, as a group, barely know him, but we feel obligated to like constantly pimp him out. Again, I don't know what he charges, but it sounds like John Philbin is like he retired from SAG and is looking to do indie horror stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the Return of the Living Dead people that I've never met.
Okay.
So he seems cool, and I mean, that's one of my favorite horror movies, Return of the Living Dead. Yeah, I would put him in something. Totally.
Yeah, he said
if he retired from SAG, and I don't have to deal with SAG, great.
Yeah, he said, I think he basically said, he's just tired of the games of the system.
Yeah,
but he doesn't want to quit acting. Like, he's still doing his surfing thing, but he's like, hey, if an indie guy calls me up and wants to throw me in something and it's something I'd be interested in.
Yeah,
and,
I would do that.
And which funny enough, bringing him up, we asked this question to him, and it's the only episode we ever had a censor. So the Purge comes to town. What's the one thing you're going to do if there were no consequences?
The Purge. The Purge.
I'm going to marathon all these movies. That's what I'm going to do.
It's so funny that they just happen to be close to me.
Two references in one day, and you just happen to have them right there.
This is right next to me is my action thriller section. So
okay.
Right below my Charles Bronson shelf. Oh, Charles Bronson. There you go. I'd want to work with Charles Bronson.
Yeah.
But the Purge comes to town, and
you get one freebie act with no consequence. What is it?
I'm not a violent guy.
Okay. Probably pickpocket that one guy that was throwing me a dirty look that time.
Yeah. No,
Which it doesn't have to be extreme, but something there would normally be a punishment to.
A punishment to, right.
I mean, I personally would never answer this because, I don't need the black vans pulling up to my house, but
right.
It doesn't have to be an extreme thing.
Yeah, I'm not going that way. I'm trying to think of somebody I'm also trying to think of something that I would break into and like take it, Well, I mean, I guess if there's no consequences, I would I would break into a bank and take as much money as I can. I guess I need money. So
pocket.
True.
Yeah, I need to. Well, I can't depend on people contributing money for my next film project. So I'd have to know somebody.
You're going to remove the option of
I'm either going
voluntarily
to break into a rich person's home and say. But I guess the easiest way to do that would be to break into a bank and steal as much money out of the vault as I can
with the bottomless sack and just
yeah. So that it would just be whatever it is, it would have to, support my passion projects to come.
It's a good answer.
More 3 money. Here we go.
I was gonna say I could get behind that. So
it wouldn't hurt. I wouldn't hurt anybody or anything like that. It would just take money.
Just set yourself up for life.
Yeah, definitely.
Or at least for the next handful of projects.
Right, and help friends with like Seaver and them with their projects with whatever money, So, I mean, that's what I love doing. I help, to help support friends' projects is something I love to do also. My cinematographer, Sean King, last year released Screamwalkers. Jamie, you know this Screamwalkers? She's going for it.
I was already ready.
Screamwalkers.
She's been waiting for that reference all night.
Yep. So, Screamwalkers, great movie that I helped produce. And came up with some of the story and everything. And King is one of my best friends, and we shot it here on Long Island. And Long Island. And we got this cast that was incredible, and it's shot like 90s style camcorder.
Okay.
So it looks like something that would be like like an homage to that type of movie that you would find on the shelf and you see it shot on video, but it's done really well. It's fun. You would go to your Blockbuster and get Screamwalkers, off the shelf. But the cast is awesome. Here's a better cover of the DVD.
It almost has like a giallo feel to it.
A little bit.
A little, yeah.
So basically the idea was taking Scream and Stephen King's Sleepwalkers and mashing them together.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get Screamwalkers. But the cast we got
any worse than Sleepwalkers. So.
Right. There you go. So we love the cast so much. It was like a first time for a lot of them. And I took basically half that cast and put them into Loose Ends Victim No More too. Because we thought they were so great. So, so Scream. So having that money to help Seaver or Sean King or other people, I love the idea of producing and like, paying the actors on set and, and being there for the process and helping out. I love doing that. Sometimes even more than directing myself. I was like, let me produce. I like that. Which is part of the whole plan of 3PD films eventually also.
Kind of make it a collective.
To write and direct my own films, of course, but also to help others make their projects too.
Yeah.
And then I'll release it under 3PD films. So.
And then
and of course give them like a percentage of the profit. So I'm big on that too. I'm not going to just take your because that's what happens to so many indie filmmakers now, is that they make their project, they give it to a studio, they maybe get like, here's 100 copies of the movie for you to do whatever, and then you don't see a penny of what they make off of it. So for me and my friends, I would just be like, well, I'll get the rights to your movie, but then you get a certain percentage of what I make at it. And I go on like, gonna have to go on the honor, like I'll go to convention, sell it, and then add it all up at the end of the weekend and be like, all right, this, amount of money is for them. The honor system. That's what I would say.
Okay. Again, going old school. When a handshake meant something.
Yeah, I mean, I would have them sign something, a contract or something.
Oh, yeah.
Even if they're like one of my closest friends, I'm like, just sign this, and then we can, that way
weirder things have happened.
Bad blood. Yeah. You just don't know what happens in people's lives and how bad blood might kind of churn up. So it's like, all right, well, let's keep this real.
An excuse to shoehorn another old reference in, but yeah, you just have all your contracts in a trapper keeper.
Right. Yeah. That's it. A Smurfs trapper keeper. Yeah.
All right. Well, Bob, we appreciate it. Any socials or?
You can find me on Instagram.
Everything you want to pimp out.
Okay. Well, keep an eye on Loose Ends, Victim No More Part 2 by the end of the year, somewhere on YouTube. And, I'll be creating a website for 3PD Films where we can pimp our merch and promote and grow as a company and start going to more conventions by the end of the year. And you'll see us promoting at shows. Instagram, VNM _ 2020. You can find us on there. My personal one is Bobbers1984. Facebook, there's a Victim No More page where we're always promoting stuff, and you can see, and the YouTube page, 3PD Films, you can find all the trailers, and I always post a bunch of crazy videos up there. Me hanging out with the final girls, like the VIP parties and goofing around and stuff like that. And sometimes I go to Friday the 13th locations and other locations and show where things were shot, and I'll throw those up on that page too. So that's basically it. I'm trying to go to as many conventions as I can after I'm done editing this movie, which is going to take months and months. And then it's got to be scored and put together, and, Blu-rays created. And
now, are you looking to use the Manfredini score? Is that being incorporated into this? Are you going completely original?
This time around, one section of it might be the Manfredini score.
Okay. Because
it's a particular story that might kind of require it, because that story takes place in the 80s, and it's like, to make it even feel more Friday the 13th, I might have to use those early Manfredini scores from those first few movies.
Okay.
Just like I did in the first movie, the first Victim No More. But it might be a totally original score.
Okay.
Throughout.
With a minor exception, maybe.
With a minor exception for like a quarter of the movie. But yeah, it might be a totally, and Catherine kind of hit me with like who could possibly score it, and I'm like, if you can get that as a favor, that's phenomenal. Because it's somebody everybody knows. It's like, if you're into scores and shows and movies. I won't say his name.
I was going to say, in my head, for some reason, because they're so similar, I went to either like Goblin or Danny Elfman.
Oh, that's huge. Yeah. No, this is more of a...
Although I guess Carpenter's been focusing on music a lot now, too. But
yeah,
anyway,
no, it's...
I'm going to shut up.
Catherine doesn't know those guys, but Catherine knows somebody who you've heard scores that he's done. Let's throw out the Walking Dead score. So it's like... And it's like, wow. And I'm like, well, if that happens, amazing, incredible, that's wonderful. They're friends, so it could happen. If it doesn't, then it's kind of like, that's fine. We'll figure out another option.
Yeah, like we were saying, like the relationships you have at this point, you would have never guessed in a million years. So at this point, shoot your shot.
Yeah.
And if you could get them to do the score, great. Otherwise, hey, you tried.
Yeah. I mean, he's scored some of my favorite shows of all time. So I was just, that would be crazy. And even if it wasn't him, and just using his name, and sometimes they have like proteges that work for them. I'm like, all right, cool. I got to keep these options open.
Absolutely.
With Catherine's connections.
You think being friends with her would be enough, but the fact that it's fruitful as a bonus, like, holy shit.
Yeah, no, it's funny.
All right, Jamie, you're up. I know we've been waiting for this all night, but what do you have to promote?
So
I'm sorry, Miss SpookyBrew. What do you have?
SpookyBrew. So I am now a Final Girl and Final Girl Apparel, which you can locate their, or you can find their page on Facebook. I don't think it's the same page. It might be the same page on Instagram, but they don't really use it. But Final Girl Apparel on Facebook and the Scare Zone, follow those pages. So I am going to be featured on a shirt as a Final Girl for February, and you can use my code SPOOKY if you would like to buy a shirt, which I highly suggest. Actually, if you buy anything off of their website, or we're also promoting the movie Killer Pizza. And if you go on there and you want to purchase like a perk off the campaign, you should be able to apply a code. You can still use my code SPOOKY. You will save 5% off of anything and everything. And it also helps me out. So I will have a nice little shirt with me crushing a heart because I'm a heartbreaker, apparently. So I will have my design for February.
Imagine this, but with Jamie on it.
I can't even see.
Oh,
I'm trying to.
just the Victim No More shirt.
Oh.
You'll get the expanded
awesome.
version of that shirt. Move the body down a little and put her face on it.
That's it.
So anyway, yeah, you save 5%. I have to sell like so many shirts in order to be able to have a design for March, which I want to try to do. The more I can sell, the more designs I'll have for further months. And then I'll also be able to sell like mugs, teddy bears, hats, and things like that. But right now I'm starting off with a shirt. So I would greatly appreciate it if anybody would at least consider sharing some of the stuff I've put up on Facebook and Instagram, which Instagram, I wish I would have wrote down my usernames, but if you just look up SpookyBrew, you'll find me on Instagram or, well, Jamie Lambie on Facebook, I guess. But I think even at this point, if you were to Google, or not Google, but search on Facebook, SpookyBrew, I probably pop up. All you gotta do is go to Final Girl Apparel and everything I think is on there anyway. So
remember this face. Just look for that on a shirt.
That's it.
Actually, it's me like breaking a heart. Like,
is it the who runs the company? Is it the Anthony?
It's Anthony and Mandy.
Anthony and Mandy. Okay.
I should have wrote down the last name too. It's like Camino, something like that.
El Camino.
El Camino.
Camano.
It's something like that. And I look really stupid right now, not knowing it. But
we apologize to you guys.
Sorry, I'm still new.
We're dumb. We're not disrespectful. There's a difference. Like I always tell people,
I say
I'm
Long
not cheap,
Island.
I'm broke.
So Long Island. I don't even have
Long Island.
See, now it's just starting to feel like Christopher Walken. Long Island.
Long Island.
Long Island.
It's all right,
Anyway, buy my shirt.
I'll think about it.
or you could just be another co-host and get to do it every week.
And,
I appreciate it.
Do you have any movies or anything you care to promote?
I am not in anything else except for as a background actor in Loose Ends Victim No More Part 2.
Yes. Her 5 minutes of fame.
Yes. Which I'm very excited about.
And how many times are you going to pop up in the background as an extra, like, oh, now she's at this table, now she's over here? Did you change your shirt at all to be different?
Wearing a dark colored shirt. Wearing a flannel.
Oh, yeah. Okay, you went back and forth. Yes, because we didn't get as many extras as we thought we were going to get that day because, the people 5 minutes away couldn't make it.
Yeah, if I'd have understood exactly what we were doing there, I probably would have taken my glasses off, put my hair up or something and changed it up a little bit more. But no one really seemed to be that concerned about that. They were more concerned about just changing up the clothes. So hopefully that...
Yeah. So a lot of people had to change up clothes in the background. So to switch areas.
Oh, I wasn't wearing glasses.
No, you weren't.
No, I came in with a whole nother wardrobe change and had glasses on and everything. And then we were yelled at and told to go put on our original clothes. And I was like, oh, damn it. I just changed in my car for nothing.
I can't wait for that particular story in the movie. Cause it's one of those stories that you're watching for 15 minutes and you're sitting there wondering what the hell does this have to do with Friday the 13th?
We shall see.
But I like that. I like keeping people guessing.
It's like 10 Cloverfield Lane. There's a connection, man. Just wait for it.
Yeah, just wait for it. You'll eventually be a connection. And with this movie, one last thing, I guess. With this movie, it's not so much that each story is like a sequel to Friday the 13th and Jason's in every story and everything. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like there are connections, but it's a lot through characters from the franchise.
It's not overt.
Yes, it's not overt, and it's and hopefully you could just enjoy each story kind of on its own, but also as a connective thread to the franchise in one way or another.
And yeah, at least on paper, I'm I'm digging it. How you were saying, like you're throwing in little tributes or Easter eggs. Like you don't have to smack people in the face.
Yeah. No, it's not like all four stories is just like Jason chasing people through the woods near Crystal Lake. I'm like, oh, well, that would get
Now
tired.
he's chasing them through a cabin. Now he's chasing them through Times Square.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see what people think. It's going to be interesting to see the feedback.
So, like I said, I know I'm excited about it. It's the first one. It was fun, and it like we were discussing earlier. You didn't overstay your welcome.
Yeah.
You came in, you told your story, you got out, and maybe somebody on this particular call may have had an issue with walking out a few seconds too soon, but at least now I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, he gets it.
I was expecting, I was expecting with the first movie, like, same thing that we were discussing, like 50% hate, 50% like, but it got like 95%. Like, if you read the YouTube, comments, like 95% of them are like really positive feedback from strangers. And I was like, oh my God, I was expecting so much hate. but
to the point where you almost look forward to it.
Yeah. I'm like, this doesn't seem right. I'm like, so whenever like the hate does come in, I'm loving, because then it makes it more real. I'm like, all right, thank God somebody hates like the main kid or hates this effect or hates the ending. It's like, all right, it's like good. I'm like, there should be more of that.
And if it's all praise, then you never know what you have to tweak.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not, you don't get actual real feedback.
Like, I know what I had to tweak. Like, I always say that I'm 72% satisfied by the first movie, which is, according to Sean King, cinematographer, he's like, that's huge. He's like, because no directors are always satisfied because their vision is much bigger than what actually comes out. So it's like, you're not going to be exactly totally satisfied by everything. So the fact that I said like 72%, he's like, well, it's more than 50%, so you're like more than half satisfied by it. I'm like, yeah, I'm satisfied by it.
You got a net positive.
Yeah, there's like things in it, of course, I don't like, but it's, what can you do? Just try to do better to your satisfaction.
Yep.
But all right, that's it.
Yeah, you can't feel perfect on everything because
No.
As cliche as it is, you always got to figure for some room for growth.
Yeah. I feel like I would do better if I robbed a bank and I had millions of dollars to play with. Then who knows what I could accomplish. I
like that. We're gonna have to look into this.
I'll wait till March 21st, the Purge or whatever it is.
That's one as ridiculous of a concept as that is. From the first time I saw the trailer for the original movie, it's just that needs to be a reality. I didn't even see the first movie and was like, I don't care what happens. This has to become real.
Have you've not seen any of them?
I've since seen them, but I'm talking about when the first trailer came out. Like, I don't remember what I was going to see, but this trailer came up and, all crime is down by 99%. And you want to know why? Because one day...
Because they all save it up for the one day.
Yeah. And I'm like, when this comes, like, already, this needs to happen.
Yeah.
I only like the first one.
Oh, really?
I enjoyed them all.
I'm only a fan of that one.
Oh, I like the second and third one a lot.
To me, I get a lot of shit for it, but to me, The Purge is on par with, like, Scream or Final Destination. They're all consistently good.
Yeah.
Like, I would never say any of them are oh my God, it's the greatest franchise ever, but I can't imagine with any of them you walk in and feeling cheated or feel like you got a bad one.
No,
I think even at their worst, it's still good.
Yeah, like, I would say their worst was the first Purge, the prequel one. And I was just kind of like, all right. It's okay.
I
mean, it's been a couple years.
It grew on me the second time around, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a couple years since I watched them, but I remember liking that more than I thought I ever would.
Right.
Just like Saw. I only like the first one.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
Yeah, I actually just purged all my Saw movies except for the first one.
Oh, my God. You didn't like any of them? Oh, my God.
Really. They're not really my kind of movies,
It's definitely a better franchise to watch back to back.
Oh yeah, you have to watch them back to back because
it makes those later sequels not as awful.
Yeah, because it's like, oh shit, in part 4 you see like the glass case that what's his name's going to go in at the end of part 5, and like you see like these little cool connections, like the pen that was left for Dr. Lawrence is finally revealed in part 5. For Danny Glover's character to discover. And I like all those. Yeah, I like all those little things like that. I like that it's like a police thriller, like a weekly police thriller that you have to watch. Like, back to back.
But there's a game show element, and may or may not have some blood in it. Like it's got a little something for everybody.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
And Shawnee Smith was one of my first crushes. So,
man, but that Hoffman, what a bastard. Oof.
Bastard. There goes the New York.
There's
Bastard.
the bastard.
New
The
York.
bastard.
That Hoffman bastard.
Bastard. Star Wars.
Trying to kill Jigsaw's wife and shit.
Now I want to talk to somebody from Boston. I want like 2 hours of a Boston.
Boston.
We go to Caffey Shop.
Caffey shit.
Caffey Shop.
Yeah. You guys see my teddy bear? My bear? My bear.
It's fucking wicked, dude.
My boy's wicked smart.
Bring it in, you bastard. Yeah.
Not that I ever got good at it, but a buddy of mine taught me to Kiev. He's like, if you practice this line, you'll master the Boston accent. And it's, yeah. In Boston, they make you park your car before they suck your cock. He got really good at that accent. I never did. I just had fun saying the line.
Khakis. Khakis or khakis? Khakis or khakis? Khakis or khakis?
Yeah.
Khakis or khakis?
I'll leave you with this. Want to see a real creepy mask? We use this in a movie. I'm going to eventually release it because I'm going to release all the movies I did when we were in my early 20s, my friend Rob and I. So I did a horror movie parody called Secretary's Day. Where somebody's killing
There's the holiday they never touched.
They never did it. I was the only one who did it in 2005. So we did this movie, Secretary's Day. There's a killer on the loose, killing all the secretaries in town. And this is the mask that he wore.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all.
You know what this is?
I know I want to go watch Tourist Trap again.
It looks like that, right? It's Padme Amidala. It's Natalie Portman's face.
Oh, okay. I can now see it a little.
When Attack of the Clones came out in 2002, and in Toys R Us or whatever, they had like Attack of the Clones toys and costumes and stuff. And they had this, and as soon as I saw it in the section, I was just like, what? I'm like, Natalie Portman, just like a regular human face, like that's so weird. And it came with a gun and her
It's
outfit.
pretty odd.
But it's got that dollar store look to it that was made for horror movies.
Yeah, oh my god. Well, the killer's running around with this. And it's funny because the killer has like a beard, so his beard is like coming out. So.
Yeah,
we appreciate
that's
that.
absolutely unnerving.
Hey, is it okay if my niece says hi?
Hi.
Hi, Bobby. You remember her?
This is going to be all
Oh,
over
I
the
do.
internet.
Yes. Yeah. Tell the story of like what I did to your niece.
So when I was actually telling Dave this last night. So when I first met Bobby in person at Creature Feature last year, we were so Viola was 11 and we were sneaking her in and saying that she was 10, so we had to worry about paying for a ticket. And I told Bobby, and Bobby was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go fuck with her." Sorry, mess with her.
Oh, that.
And so he went over there with her and my sister, and and freaked them both out. They're like, "Who the hell's this strange man?" What did you say to her? Like
I'm like, how old are you? And she said, I guess 10, right? I mean 11, right? Or 12? What is it?
She was 11. She's 12 now.
But she had to be 12, right?
She had to be 10 to get in for furry.
Oh, 10. Okay, that's right.
And so we were lying, and she was actually 11.
So I was like, do you have any kind of identification on you or something like that shows that you're 10 years old?
Right.
Can I see your passport, ma'am?
Yeah, can I see your passport?
I want a passport.
You remember me? A weird, creepy guy that came up to you and asked you how old you are?
Remember?
Yeah.
You remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was literally just trying to get something from my friend.
they were like,
Came up to me. Yeah, some sort of identification. Like, no, I don't.
I think my sister and her were both like, who is this guy? We're just not gonna.
Yeah, I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to have it go on too long. I finally said, all right, I'm just joking around. Blah, blah, blah.
You're like, stay nearby just in case this gets weird, so it's not weird. I'm like, okay,
Yeah. That was it.
all right, they gone.
They're gone. Anyway, this is the longest episode you've ever had.
Yeah, it's up there. I mean,
I imagine you're going to edit some of this.
Oh yeah, by the time I'm done cutting out all my rambling and stuttering and all that shit, yeah, this will be shorter than Victim No More.
It'll be 40 minutes long.
Once I eliminate all my filler.
Oh my god, no! But thank you so much for having me on. This was,
so yeah, we appreciate you coming on,
and Jamie being a pleasant surprise. So
yeah, she was our happy accident today.
A happy accident. And it's perfect because the plans that I had just fell through.
Right.
They were supposed to already be here.
Well, this was fun. And it's
Yeah.
my first time on a podcast.
What? Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The
Hi.
podcast virgin till now.
Wow.
Yeah. The plan was to take her virginity by doing an episode on the scariest coffees in the world.
What?
This kind of popped up beforehand, so
The scariest coffee. The spookiest brews.
we'll figure out a way to incorporate coffee into found footage or something.
Spookiest brews.
I actually have some ideas, so.
We'll make it happen then.
Sounds good.
All right. Sorry
Or
for all the
Diet
chaos.
Coke in it. That's it.
Diet Coke in it.
I'm serious. I got an ice cream machine, so yeah, I'm gonna start messing with some stuff.
Yeah, see what that tastes like. I'm not going to try it.
It's going to be delicious, just like any other float.
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Could be.
All right. Well, I'll keep touch base with everyone with any follow-ups I may have.
Thank you.
Again, thank you very much, Jamie.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for filling in, and we'll catch you all next time.
Green bean!
Buy my shirt
Peace out.
And buy
my
your shirt! Buy your shirt tomorrow!
Yes.
tomorrow. And if I didn't say it before, the website is scarezone.net. Don't forget to put your code in, code SPOOKY, for anything on the website, for any of the campaigns, anything on there whatsoever, you can put in a code SPOOKY and save 5%. So like, if you're going to be get a perk on a campaign that's like a $500 perk, you can save 5% off of that perk. And it helps me out too. And, it helps get me recognition. So I appreciate it. Spooky for anything.
Okay.
And it applies. Save 5%.
So, all right then. Well, thank you again to both of you, and we shall be in touch soon.
Okay.
Stay creepy, everyone.
Take
Stay
care.
spooky.
Bye-bye.
Broadcast completed.
You've been listening to What an Excellent Day for a Podcast. Be sure to come on down to excellentdayforapodcast.com, where you'll find our entire catalog. And for your convenience, every episode contains a link where you can text the nerds. Want to throw some praise? Some critique? Perhaps you have a suggestion for a topic you'd like to see us tackle. But while you think about that, you could also check out the connections to all of our socials, including our YouTube channel. Give all them a visit. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with everybody you know. And for those feeling a little extra generous, there's also a button where you can support the show in other ways. Every bit of support helps. Well, that's it for this episode. And remember, stay creepy and keep talking some damn hard.